For the first time in 672 days, Newport Gulls baseball is back at Cardines Field. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Zach Letson, getting you set for Teacher Appreciation Night at Cardines Field. It's a matchup between the 1-0 Newport Gulls and the 3-1 Valley Blue Sox. Newport opened up its season with a 7-2 victory on the road against Valley. That came before Friday's game was canceled against the Sharks right here in Newport. So that brings us here. Opening night at Cardines Field, set to get started in just moments. So the Gulls pregame show starts right now.
Welcome back to the Newport Gulls pregame show on the NECBL Broadcast Network. I'm Ryan Medeiros here alongside Connor Kiley, one of the stars of Thursday's game, going 2 for 5 with a couple RBIs on the night. Connor, I'm so excited to have you on the show. I want to ask you first off before we get started. You were one of the later additions to the roster with a couple of guys in the NCAA tournament. You get called up in first game, you're batting second, starting in center field. How exciting was it to get an opportunity to start for the Gulls on your first night?
Yeah, it was kind of everything I could have hoped for. It was great to just kind of jump in there right away, bat second, and definitely I was excited that I contributed to the 7-2 win.
Yeah, you grew up in Portsmouth, Rhode Island, and you played high school ball for Bishop Hendricken. How does it feel to be somewhat of a homegrown player here playing in Newport?
I used to always watch the Gulls growing up, so I've always kind of wanted to play for them growing up, so to be here and be on this field is kind of a dream come true.
Yeah, you had an outstanding year at Stonehill, batting an even 400, and you had more walks than you had strikeouts. How do you translate those numbers as a Skyhawk at the D2 level to what seems like kind of a higher level of competition here in the NECBL?
Just kind of keeping the same mindset, looking for good pitches up there, good pitches to drive, seeing the ball well. So just kind of, staying hot from college and kind of keep it going throughout the summer.
Yeah, and speaking of staying hot in college, you were an outstanding 18 for 18 in stolen base attempts. Obviously, speed plays a huge factor into that, but what else do you accredit to that success?
My outfield ability and my glove, I think, is definitely a big part of my game. Ability to get on base and just kind of manufacture runs is, I feel like, is definitely a beneficial part of my game.
Yeah, and you mentioned that outfield play. It's a bit of a strange dimension here in center field at Cardines. I know you're playing center field. You're going to be playing a lot of center field for this ball club. What have you worked on to be able to handle the strange dimensions out there in center?
Just talking with my other outfielders, lots of communication out there. There's no warning track, so got to be kind of loud and kind of know where the fence is and kind of how balls are going to bounce. So yeah, it's a little tricky out there, but should get the job done.
Yeah, thank you so much for your time, Connor. We appreciate you coming on.
Thank you, guys.
All right, that wraps up this pregame interview segment. The game show preview will continue right after this break.
You choose your own course, set your own pace. We get that. And our community succeeds when we work together. At People's Credit Union, we've been about people helping people since we first opened our doors in 1922. That's what credit unions do. We serve our members and our communities. And that drives our every action every single day. That means building strong ties and doing what's right for our community. Because at People's, you're more than just a member. You belong here and always will.
Welcome back to the Gulls pregame show here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Zach Letson joined alongside Gulls outfielder Sam Cochran. Sam, you led off the season for the Gulls in the leadoff spot. The Gulls were the road team, first at-bat of the season, and you got a base hit. How did it feel for your first at-bat in over a year to get that hit in what was a big win for the Gulls?
It's always great to start off a game like that. Feeling the barrel to the baseball is always awesome in the first inning. We scored in that inning, got a great win, great team win. Pitching and defense were great, and we're going to keep it rolling tonight.
Well, you're someone that's pretty familiar with the NECBL. Spent 2 seasons with the Winnipesaukee Muskrats, 2 pretty good ones for that matter. Now you're here with the Newport Gulls. What have you liked about playing in the NECBL?
First off, since I'm a Florida boy, it's really good to get out of Florida. It's 95 degrees down there right now, so the weather's awesome. We got guys from all over the country. I've built a lot of great relationships. A lot of talented players here. It's a lot of fun just to meet these guys and have a good summer.
Well, you guys beat the Blue Sox 7-2 in your first game of the season, 13 hits, including 2 from you. What's kind of the key for you guys to replicate that and get an opening night win at home?
There's a lot of anticipation with this one. We were supposed to open up Friday night, obviously, and I think we just gotta take some deep breaths and have fun out here. We got off to a great start. I think that's going to give us a lot of confidence coming into this game, and just one pitch at a time, and I think it'll end pretty well.
Well, Sam, thanks so much for the time.
Of course, thank you.
The Gulls pregame show continues right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Doctors at University Orthopedics have been caring for the people of Rhode Island and southeastern Massachusetts for more than 40 years. With the Warren Alpert Medical School of Brown University, we train the next generation of orthopedic surgeons. We've built state-of-the-art facilities from Westerly to Mansfield. At our East Bay Surgery Center, we've performed thousands of surgeries, including same-day total joint replacements. We've grown through the years, but our goal has always been to get you and your next generation back to doing what you love to do. The best orthopedic care anywhere is right here.
Welcome back to the Gulls pregame show here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. I'm Zach Letson, joined alongside Valley Blue Sox broadcaster Cal Freeman and the Gulls field reporter Ryan Medeiros. Well, Cal, the Gulls came out to Holyoke and they beat the Valley Blue Sox 7-2, but since then they've looked really good lately, winning 3 straight. What's kind of gone right for you guys?
Well, a couple things have gone right. For starters, Brian Hart, reigning NECBL Player of the Week, hit 3 home runs in his last 2 games, including two big home runs in the win at Danbury. And the bullpen has come in and been exceptional. That Friday night, that opening win against Mystic, through 2 2/3 shutout. Very good last night, able to shut out Danbury, and now riding in this one on a 3-game win streak.
So Valley's played 4 games so far. Newport just won, and Ryan, it was a good one, as we mentioned, a 7-2 victory on the road. Now the Gulls are home for the first time. How can Newport kind of keep that success going here at home?
Well, you saw the 13 hits on Thursday, Zach. The offense has to keep that performance going, and a key to that is going to be keeping that good line drive approach for the hitters. Sometimes when you get into these fields like Cardines with shorter dimensions down the lines, the hitters got to stay within themselves. Don't go launching the ball, trying to hit home runs. Keep that line drive, hard hit approach, and good results will come.
Getting closer and closer to first pitch here at Cardines Field for the first time in 2021. But for now, the Gulls pregame show continues on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Welcome back to the Gulls pregame show. Zach Letson alongside Chuck Pava getting you set for tonight's game between the Gulls and the Valley Blue Sox. Chuck, it's an exciting night. We had to wait a little bit. Friday the game was canceled. Now we finally have opening night. How does it finally feel to have Gulls baseball back?
Zach, it's anything I say will be an understatement, quite frankly. There's a lot of emotion in tonight's game. It's been over a year and a half that we've been on this field. A lot's going on in everybody's personal lives over the last year and a half. And just to be out here today is a blessing. To be out here, the sun's shining, we're playing baseball at Cardines Field, and we're going to have fans in the stands. It's a wonderful thing.
Well, you mentioned we've had to wait a little bit. 672 days to be exact with no season last year. How's the process in terms of getting ready for the season and now the excitement, it's finally here. How's the process been a little different with no season last year and now we're finally back this year?
Well, Zach, it's actually quite confusing, like mud, because we started in January and February and things didn't look very good. And then we kept going on through the season, or through the college season, and we weren't really sure where we were going to be at this point in time. We just kept moving. The dial kept moving. And as we got closer to the vaccination process, it seemed like things started to open up even more and more. And look, we didn't expect this to be open like this early. But we're so excited and fortunate that we're going to be playing baseball and we don't have any restrictions.
Well, it's the 20th anniversary season for the Newport Gulls, a season that was supposed to be last year. Now it's here this year. What are you looking forward to? What are you most excited about with Gulls baseball finally back here at Cardines?
20-year history, there's a lot behind that. There's so many people who have come through here who have really made all of this so special. From the players, the coaches, the interns, the fans, the host families, all above. But when you really think about it, 20 years of history is pretty special, and tonight we get to celebrate the beginning of that 20th anniversary, so we're excited. Yeah.
Well, Chuck, thanks so much for the time.
Okay. Zach.
The Newport Gulls pregame show continues right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Take control of your financial future. Build a secure retirement, a college fund, maybe that perfect home. First Command has been coaching people since 1958. An advisor is ready to work with you on your journey today. Call Juan Garcia, a First Command advisor, at 401-846-9842 today if you're ready to get started with a complimentary financial plan.
Welcome back to the Gulls pregame show here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Zach Letson joined alongside Gulls head coach Kevin Winterode. Coach, your team picked up a big opening night win, 7-2 out in Holyoke. What'd you like from your team on night number one?
Well, just we didn't beat ourselves, which is always good. The first day out, we had some really good at-bats, and we didn't make an error, which is always good, and we pitched good. So usually when you do those things, you're going to be okay.
Well, the team had the game canceled on Friday, so you're playing Valley for the second straight time to open the season. They've now won 3 straight games. What's kind of the key to sustaining the level of play that you guys had out in Massachusetts here tonight?
Well, I think part of it is what they got to do. When you start playing every day, you start figuring some of those things out. So what we really need to do is just kind of get playing every day so everybody's playing, everybody's comfortable. So this is kind of the start on Wednesday of a long week, and it'll be good for all the kids to get out and play.
Well, it's the first game here at Cardines Field for the Gulls in 672 days. How exciting does it feel just to be back?
Well, it's normalcy, which is nice. You know, we've had a whole lot of unnormal, and getting down here and being down here and hitting and feeling the wind off the ocean is just some normalcy we haven't seen in a while.
Coach, thanks so much for the time and good luck tonight. The Gulls pregame show continues right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Swing and a miss. The Newport Gulls are the 2014 NECBL champions. The Gulls, 6th time in franchise history, will hoist the Fay Vincent Cup.
This is Newport Gulls baseball on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
The 2-2 pitch. Swinging and a miss. He struck him out. 19 strikeouts for Chase Reed.
Newport Gulls baseball is brought to you by Sullivan Tire, South Coast Health, by Newport Glass, better call Newport Glass, and by Serve Pro.
Gulls win on a 3-run walk-off home run in the bottom of the 10th by Kyle Haker. You can't forget about it. Home run game tied.
By 3N2, the official footwear of the Newport Gulls. And Raytheon, proud supporters of Military Appreciation Night. The People's Credit Union, proud sponsor of the Fanatic About Reading Night. And by Tiverton Little League. By Taylor Rental, the Rhode Island Department of Transportation. By the 2020 U.S. Senior Open at Newport Country Club. And by Shane Ramos and the Gatsby Yacht Group.
Strike 3. And Brett Gray strikes out the side.
By Diamond, the official baseball of the NECBL. Diamond, simply the best. By the Brick Alley Pub and Restaurant in Newport. By the town of Middletown. And by Salve Regina University.
Take one pitch, one out, one inning at a time.
By Clements Marketplace. Bayer Dermatology. Newport Financial. And by Sakuchi Honda.
It's going to hit in the air to center field deep. Going back with Jano Jr. Still going back on the wall. He leaps. And he makes the catch. Here's a throw back to first. It's a long throw. It will be in time. He's out. A double play. Can you believe it? This one's over. Kyle Wilcox strikes out the side here in the ninth. Swinging a line drive right at Jeff Miller. He steps to the back for the double play. Or it's a triple play. An unassisted triple play. Can you believe it?
By Newport Daily News. Atria Senior Living. Newport County YMCA. And Paran Building and Construction.
Ground ball, weakly hit to right side. Fielded by Diamond. Throws to second. Out there. Relay to first. Double play. And the inning is over. The Newport Gulls set the new NECBL record for wins in a season with 32. Swinging and driving in right field. He's going to jump in for a base hit. Running third is Butler. He will be waved home. The relay to the plate is not in time. Newport Gulls win 1-0.
Is coming home. He scores. And the Gulls win.
By Newport Craft Brewing. And by the Atlantis Wealth Management Group of Wells Fargo Advisors.
Let's go, Gulls! Let's go! Let's go, Gulls! Let's go!
And the Newport Gulls have pitched a no-hitter.
Shows you how good of a team we are. That's why we're in first place. Yep, let's keep going.
It goes to third. It's going to be a double play. This one is back at the wall, and it is gone.
By Viking Tours. the official travel company of the Newport Gulls. By Dr. Nathan Tillman, Newport Family and Cosmetic Dentistry, the official Newport Gulls team dentist. By First Command Financial Planning. And the Newport County Prevention Coalition.
Number 300 for skipper Mike Coons.
Lined into left field. That will get over Harvard's head and bounce all the way to the wall. Geffing scores from third, and Newport walks off.
Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. The Newport Gulls are the 2009 NECBL champions. The Gulls mob Jeff Brown behind the mound as the Gulls become the first team in league history to win 4 Fay Vincent Cups.
Once again, here is Zach Letson and the Newport Gulls broadcast team.
For the first time in 2021, Newport Gulls baseball is back at Cardines Field. We welcome you in to where we're situated for tonight's game here at historic Cardines Field. Zach Letson joined alongside Valley Blue Sox broadcaster Cal Freeman and the Gulls field reporter Ryan Medeiros. Guys, it's an exciting night to be back for baseball. The first night here at Teacher Appreciation Night and the first night back for the Gulls in 2021. And Cal, Valley, this is a team that Newport opened up the season with. The Gulls won the game 7-2, but Valley has been red hot lately, winning 3 straight.
Yeah, right after that game, the Blue Sox left 11 runners on base in that loss to Newport on opening night. And right after the game, Hez Randolph said, this team's going to score runs. It's only going to take a matter of time. The night after that, an immediate response. 5 runs in the opening inning. Then they got some great bullpen outings to be able to secure that first win of the season in their second game of the year against Mystic 6-5. Then they went to Danbury, and they hit 4 home runs, 2 of which coming from Brian Hart, who we will talk about a lot. And last night, an 8-0 shutout mixed with a great amount of offense that came on late, scored 4 runs in the 8th to seal that, and another great performance from their bullpen.
Well, it's opening night, game number 1 here at home for the Gulls at Cardines Field. Let's get you today's lineups. First, for the visiting Valley Blue Sox, it starts with a new addition, the Xavier second baseman Jack Hausinger. He leads things off. Number 8, the designated hitter Travis Holt follows him. The left fielder Brian Hart, what a week he's had for Valley. He hits third after hitting 3 home runs this past week for the Blue Sox. Cole Andrews, the Miami of Ohio catcher, hits in the cleanup position. Nate Thomas, who had a big night against the Gulls in the 7-2 defeat for Valley, hits in the 5 spot. Luke Franzoni, another Xavier product, comes in the 6 hole and plays first base. Brendan Hewitt plays center for the Valley Blue Sox and hits 7th. Kyle Hawes in the 8 hole and playing right field. And Mason LaPlante, the Yale product, playing shortstop tonight for Valley. And for the hometown Newport Gulls, the lineup goes as follows. In right field, Sam Cochran, what a game he had for the Gulls to start off this season. A leadoff hit, a 2-for-5 night with an RBI for the Gulls. He hits leadoff, followed by Grayson Moore, who did not play in game number 1, the Vanderbilt product, getting the spot in the 2nd hole and playing in left field. Matt Wood hits third for the Gulls after a 2-hit performance against Valley and is doing the designated hitting. CJ Pitaro, how about another Vanderbilt product? He cleans up the order, hitting 4th and playing the hot corner third base. Joe Fortin, URI, the nearby product. He's in the 5 hole playing second base. Connor Kiley, the center fielder for the Gulls tonight, hit 6th. Cal Perillo, what a night he had against Valley. 3 for 5, the most hits for a goal in that victory. He hits 7th. Peter Ceruto for the Gulls, a 2019 goal. He hits 8th for Newport, and Lewis Barnum out of Bryant plays shortstop and is going in 9th. Well, it's an interesting pitching matchup, Cal, because the Gulls are going with Kingsbury and McCauley for the Blue Sox, but before that, the national anthem right here at Cardines Field.
Here with us tonight to perform the national anthem is trumpeter Don Chilton. Don is a retired Navy musician with over 35 years of experience, and he's the band director as well as general music teacher here at Thompson Middle School.
That was tonight's national anthem here on opening night, presented by Don Chilton, the retired Navy musician, playing tonight's national anthem.
Thank you again, Don. Give me more knowledge, and thank you very much, teachers. It's a great pleasure, I can say. Let's get ready to play some baseball.
Just moments away from first pitch tonight at Cardines Field. Let's get you more set for tonight's opening night home matchup between the 1-0 Gulls and the 3-1 Bay Sox. Cal, we touched on it a little bit before the national anthem. For the Blue Sox, it's a pitcher that the Gulls haven't seen this year, John McCauley, the freshman from Butler.
Yeah, McCauley makes his second appearance of the season, came in that Friday win against Mystic and pitched very well, very in control of his pitches and innings so far this season. 0-0 the 0 ERA, walked one batter, didn't strike anyone out. But throughout this season for Butler, started 6 games of his 11 appearances, 3-3 with a 6.21 ERA. Had some great outings as a starter, including a game against Villanova where he threw 5 scoreless innings against the Wildcats.
And for the Gulls, they're sending out a familiar face from 2019. He has not pitched this season, but Jimmy Kingsbury, the senior from Villanova, making his 2021 debut after a fantastic season with the Villanova Wildcats, where he made 16 appearances and went 5-4 with a 4.87 ERA, 86 strikeouts, which led the Wildcats and was second in the Big East Conference. And as a Newport Gull in 2019, he played a lot for Kevin Winrow's team, going 11 games, second on the team, 2-0 with a 4.36 ERA, 30 strikeouts, and just to 8 walks over 22 2/3 innings. Well, Cal, we mentioned it. The Gulls have only played 1 game this year so far. That's because Friday's game against the Martha's Vineyard Sharks was rained out. That was supposed to be game number 1 here at Cardines Field this season, but Newport's only played 1 game, and it was against this Valley team, and it was a great game for the Gulls, who came out 7-2 behind 13 hits.
Yeah, very impressive outing from Newport. Got off to that start in the first inning, put up 4 runs across the first 3 innings. Did a very good job to hold it down, but also were very good at the plate when it mattered. 5 of those 7 Gulls runs came with 2 outs, and the Gulls were able to really kill the Blue Sox with that. For Valley, they left a ton of runners on base that night, double figures. Since then have been prolific at the plate. 6 runs against Mystic, 12 runs at Danbury, and 8 runs last night.
Gulls and the Blue Sox just moments away from first pitch. So let's get you tonight's defensive alignments. First for the Gulls, who are set to take the field in just moments. A little bit of a different lineup than the one that Kevin Runrose sent out for Newport when they won 7-2 against Valley on the road. From left to right across the outfield, Grayson Moore gets his first start as a Newport Gull from Vanderbilt University and plays in left field. Connor Kiley, after a strong performance in game number 1, plays in center. Sam Cochran plays in right field and is hitting leadoff for the Gulls. Left to right across the infield, it's CJ Pitaro at third base, Lewis Barnum at shortstop, Joe Fortin at second base, and at first base, it's Cal Perillo, the local RIC products. Well, Ryan, it's game number 2 for the Gulls this season. Haven't played since Thursday. A little bit of a long layoff. What are you looking at for these Newport Gulls to try to get off to a great start here at Cardines Field in 2021?
Well, you guys mentioned the fantastic offensive performance we saw from the Gulls on Thursday. 13 hits from those Gulls, producing 7 runs. You know, they're playing their first game at Cardines Field. Again, first game in over 670 days, I believe you mentioned earlier. It's going to be a key for them with the short fences down right field. I spoke with you about this earlier. Sometimes players see that wall up close and they try to take a big swing at it. They need to keep that line drive approach, just focus on hitting the ball hard, and they'll get good results and continue accumulating a good amount of hits.
Well, Ryan, you mentioned it. If you've ever seen Cardines Field on TV, anybody, if they've ever seen it, you know this is quite a peculiar ballpark to say the least. Just 285 down the right field line, of course met by the warehouse down the left field line, which you can see in this camera shot. 315 feet, so short down the lines, but then bizarre out in center field. In center field, 365 feet to left center. Dead center is 395, and at the indent, it is 315. Of course, the little mark in between where the light pole is here at Cardines Field.
Yeah, interestingly enough, I spoke with Connor Kiley before the game. He's starting in center field for the Gulls. He said he's been speaking with some of the guys on the team who've played some outfield out there, really trying to get some reps during batting practice and familiarize himself with that strange center field fence.
Just 1 minute away from first pitch. Let's get you today's umpires who will be calling the game. Calling balls and strikes behind the plate, it's William Bowers here at Cardines Field, and Keith Peterson and Joe Gravina will be the other 2 umpires for tonight's game. Cal, this is a Valley Blue Sox team that's won 3 in a row. They're red hot, maybe a little bit different than the team that Newport saw. How can they look to try to sustain that and keep things rolling?
Well, absolutely. What they've done very well is they've done a very good job at taking pitches. In that 8th inning against the Westerns, when they put up 6 runs to help kind of put that game out of reach, very good that inning. Probably the best inning I've seen them play. Drew 2 3-2 walks, had 2 home runs in that inning, and were able to just dominate at the plate. And if the Gulls are able to get some good starting pitching, they got some great starting pitching last night from Grant Kipp. If they're able to get good starting pitching, which has been kind of a struggle to open this season, it can be a very good night for Valley.
Well, it was a 7-2 win for the Gulls in game number 1 against the Valley Blue Sox. 13 hits for the Gulls and an outstanding pitching performance by Brandon Garcia. He got the win for Newport, going 5 1/3 innings, giving up just 1 run in the victory for Newport. It's a chilly night. It's been a great day here at Cardines Field and in Newport, Rhode Island. 65 degrees and partly cloudy, and the fog, which could play an interesting part in tonight's game, starting to seep in just a little bit.
Yeah, you see that fog comes off the sea. This is something that particularly happens in Newport. You know, the city by the sea, they call it that for a reason. It's going to be interesting to see how the outfielders are able to handle that on some high fly balls tonight.
Home game. I gotta say, the drive coming into this place seemed like something out of a fantasy with all the boats out in the harbor. But then when we got here, it was clear and sunny. But all of a sudden, around 45 minutes before this game, all this fog starts roaming in. I'm thinking, is it raining? And I look off to our left side, to our parking lot, and it's just all this fog roaming in. And it's something that I've really never seen before.
Cal, you and I are from South Florida, maybe not used to the Newport sky with how foggy it can get. But right now, a beautiful night for baseball, and we're just about set to get underway here at Cardines Field. It'll be Jack Hausinger that leads things off for the Valley Blue Sox, playing second base. And this influx of talent, Cal, has kind of changed things for Valley. The Xavier products that the Gulls did not see have really kind of flipped the script for Valley as of late.
Absolutely. Jack Hausinger's hit 286. Last night, impressive. Got on base all 5 times. He came up 2 for 2 with 3 walks. And Luke Franzoni, who hit 6 tonight in his first game as a Blue Sox, his first hit, a 3-run go-ahead home run in the 3rd inning. So these two have supplied a much-needed impulse of talent.
Well, a 672-day wait for baseball at Cardines Field. It is finally over. In front of a packed crowd at Cardines Field, baseball set to get underway between the 1-0 Newport Gulls and the 3-1 Valley Blue Sox.
University in Hawthorne Woods, Illinois.
Jack Hausinger sets the table for the Blue Sox to start tonight's game. Here's Kingsbury's first pitch. Fastball that is down in the dirt and hits the foot of Hausinger. 1 pitch and a base runner for the Blue Sox.
Not entirely the way you want to start the season. Looked like he was trying to go fastball down and away and just lost control of it as he released it.
Kingsbury did well to locate throughout the season. 86 strikeouts, led the Wildcats, and was second in the Big East Conference. Now it's Travis Holt. Here's the first pitch. It's a fastball right down the chute. It's 0-1. Hausinger, the runner, on first base after getting hit on the foot on the very first pitch. Pitch to the DH is a changeup down and away, and it's 1-1.
Travis Holt, High Point University of Plantation.
Holt in the DH spot tonight out of High Point University. Started all 45 games for High Point this past season. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball that he swings right through. It's 1-2.
Yeah, and he struggled throughout his last season, only hitting .227 for the Panthers, but throughout his career, 171 games, 291, and 79 RBIs for the Panthers.
1 ball and 2 strikes, the count to Holt. Here's the pitch. Another breaking ball. This time he laces it back up the middle for a base hit. The Blue Sox have the first 2 base runners on off of Jimmy Kingsbury in the first. Now it's Brian Hart.
Well, Travis Holt's someone who needed a little time to find his feet again. 0 for 8 in the first 2 games, but in that first road game at Danbury, very impressive. 3 for 5 with an RBI and 2 runs in that big win for the Blue Sox.
Well, this is a guy that has delivered for the Blue Sox as of late. The NECBL Player of the Week, Brian Hart. Red hot with 3 home runs. He's going to lace this one into left field. It gets over the stretch of Pitaro for a base hit. The left fielder, Moore, fields it, and the throw to the plate is offline. Runners will advance for Valley as Hart to second and Holt to third. An RBI single for Brian Hart. He stays hot, and it's 1-0 Blue Sox.
Yeah, and when you got the amount of confidence that Brian Hart has, reigning NECBL Player of the Week, sees the first pitch right over the plate and is able to drill it into left field. The throw comes in off wire from Grayson Moore, and that allows both runners to move up.
3 batters, 3 base runners, and 1 run for Valley. What a turnaround. They did not score until the 6th inning against Newport off of Brandon Garcia, but getting to Kingsbury immediately here. Now it's the cleanup man, Cole Andrews. First pitch is a changeup away, and it's 1-0. The throw from Moore got to the backstop. That allowed Holt to go to third and Hart to second. Still a big opportunity for Valley. Big cut and a miss on a pitch outside, and it's 1-1.
Cole Andrews, someone that really impressed, had 2 hits in that opening night loss for the Blue Sox against Newport.
A first-team All-MAC selection as a freshman with Miami of Ohio. Changeup is out and away, and it's 2-1. He likes to drive guys in. Holds the Red Hawks record with 8 RBIs in a single game. That came back in 2020. Pitch. Curveball, cut on and missed. And the count is even at 2-2. It's Jimmy Kingsbury on the bump for Newport. A seasoned veteran with these goals in his 2nd season. And the man behind the plate, Peter Ceruto, also in his 2nd season. Here's the pitch. It's a fastball that Ceruto tries to frame, but it's a bit outside. And the count is run full 3-2.
Really tough take there from Cole Andrews, someone who's had some very good plate discipline so far for the Blue Sox, hitting .313 with 2 walks in these first 4 games.
3 balls and 2 strikes. Big opportunity for Valley in the first. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball caught on and missed for strike 3. Kingsbury bounces back for the goal. Strikeout number 1 for the Villanova righty, and there's 1 down.
Really nice curveball to the outside. Fools Andrews, much needed out there to get that first out and avoid loading the bases with no outs.
Nathan Thomas.
Now it's Nate Thomas
St. Joseph's University.
out of St. Joe's, hitting in the 5 spot, and he'll dig in from the left side. Just the first down in this top of the first inning. 2 runners in scoring position for the Blue Sox. Rocketed back to the screen, foul.
Nathan Thomas, someone who desperately needs a bounce back. Didn't play yesterday after going 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts and a walk in that win over Danbury.
Well, he just finished his junior season with the Hawks, and it was a pretty good one. Here's the pitch. Way outside and over the head of Ceruto. Takes a good care of him, but here comes Holt anyway. He will score, and now a little bit of a discussion with the home plate umpire. The run will count for the Blue Sox. On a wild pitch from Kingsbury, it's 2-0 Valley.
Well, bad time to lose control of his second pitch. Remember, he hit Hausinger on the first pitch of the ball game and just loses control of that in the release again and just self-destructing there to give the Blue Sox another run.
1-0 the count to Nate Thomas. As Hart advances to third, another run 90 feet away. 2 runs in this first inning for Valley. The pitch. Fastball swung on and missed. A .248 hitter with the Hawks in 2021 was Thomas. 9 long balls and 38 RBIs. Fastball got him looking. Well, Jimmy Kingsbury bounces back again. First a strikeout swinging, now a strikeout looking, and there's 2 down.
Yeah, it looked like Thomas just didn't expect that pitch, and a bit of a slump. Might be in his own head after that 4 strikeout game. Wasn't expecting Kingsbury to go right down the middle with a fastball and got caught looking.
6th hitter of the inning, it's Luke Franzoni. First pitch strike on a breaking ball. 2 runs in for Valley in the top of the first, a chance for more. Gulls looking to stop the bleeding with Hart 90 feet away. Fastball that's in the dirt, and it's 1-1. Franzoni did not play against the Gulls in the first matchup between these 2 teams. There's a fastball in there for a strike. It's 1-2. Yeah. Valley has received a lot of Xavier players here as of late.
Got 4 on the roster. We've already seen 2 of them. One's on the bench in Garrett Schultz, the other out of the bullpen in Jonathan Kelly.
1 ball, 2 strikes the count with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball got him. Jimmy Kingsbury, how about striking out the side? 3 strikeouts in the first inning for Kingsbury, but Valley scores 2. It's 2-0 Valley over Newport as we go to the bottom of the first on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
The 2021 New England League All-Star Game will be hosted by the Newport Gulls at historic Cardinals Field on Sunday, July 18th. Join the NECBL's best as they take to the diamond in front of scouts from every MLB organization at Cardinals Field in Newport, Rhode Island. Visit asg21.necbl.com for more information.
NCTV 18, Newport County, the World Wide Web, and on DVD. This is Newport Gulls Baseball on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Be sure to check out the Gulls online at newportgulls.com. That's newportgulls.com.
You, our loyal fans, will be selecting 2 players to this year's All-Star Game. Beginning on Monday, July 12th, fans will be able to vote for the final All-Star for each of the North and South Division teams. The player from each division with the most votes will be named to the NECBL All-Star team and suit up with the rest of the All-Stars on Sunday, July 18th in Newport. Fan voting will take place online at vote21.necbl.com beginning on Monday, July 12th.
This is Newport Gulls Baseball on your home for the Gulls, the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Back here in Newport, 2-0 Valley over the Gulls as we go to the bottom of the first. 2 runs for the Blue Sox coming in that top of the first inning. What an inning that it was, Cal, for these Blue Sox. A hit by pitch and a pair of singles really did the damage for the Blue Sox.
Yeah, Jimmy Kingsbury struck out the side, but on the 2 pitches that he lost control of, it was really made to pay. Beans Jack Hausinger to open up the ball game. He then came around to score after a pair of singles, and then the wild pitch allowed the Blue Sox to get that 1 extra runner across.
First crack that the Gulls get at John McCauley. It's Sam Cochran, the Newport right fielder. He had a fantastic start to the season for Newport on the road. 2 for 5 with an RBI. RBI that came on a walk. Cuts and misses on the first pitch on a fastball. It's 0-1.
Yeah, well, this is the first game for the Gulls in a couple of days. John McCauley has made 1 appearance out of the bullpen so far this season, 0 ERA so far.
Cochran laces this ball into left field, but right at the left fielder Hart, who doesn't have to make any steps at all. Cam Sunder makes the catch. Well, here's a guy making his Newport Gulls debut, Grayson Moore, the Vanderbilt product. Did not play in game number 1, was not with the team quite yet.
Vanderbilt University in Longwood, Florida.
First pitch is a fastball that's 2 inside. It's 1-0. Moore, one of 4 Vandy players this year on the Gulls. This time he looks at a pitch in the dirt, and it's 2-0. 2 runs for the Blue Sox in the top of the first. Gulls looking to answer. Here's the pitch. Fastball down low. 3 balls and no strikes, a good hitter's count for Moore.
Yeah, he's mentioned Grayson Moore, one of a couple of Vanderbilt players on this team, but is yet to get a hit for Vanderbilt. Made all 5 of his appearances in 2021 as defensive sub.
3-0. Fastball catches that outside part. It's 3-1. McCauley in his 2nd game for the Blue Sox, but the Gulls haven't faced him yet. And he hits this one hard back to the screen on the left side, and the count is full.
Yeah, but even while he hasn't played much for Vanderbilt, you see the repertoire that he has. Number 7 outfielder in Florida in his class, and number 2020 perfect game preseason All-American. He's got plenty of talent throughout the season. I'm sure the Gulls will see it.
It's his first plate appearance as a Gull. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball outside, and it's a walk. First base runner of the ball game for Newport comes on a bases on balls in the bottom of the first.
Really mature at bat from Moore. McCauley did as much as he could to battle back in that at-bat. Gave a 3-1 pitch that fortunately Moore saw a little too late, but overall was trying to get him on the breaking ball to the outside and just missed.
Now it's the 3-hitter Matt Wood, who did the catching for Newport on Thursday, is not doing the catching tonight with the arrival of Peter Cerruto. The goal in 2019, the goal in 2021, who hits 8th tonight. First pitch coming to the lefty. Fastball rocketed back to the screen. A hit by pitch, a pair of singles for the Valley Blue Sox. Making a statement early here at Cardines Field. First home game for the Gulls in quite some time. First to check in over on first, and Moore has to scamper back to the bag. Last time there was a home game here at Cardines Field, game number 2 between the Gulls and the Martha's Vineyard Sharks. A 1-run victory for Newport to keep their season alive. 0-1. Fastball just gets that inside part to Wood, and it's a quickly 0-2.
Yeah, and how impressive was this guy? against Valley last week. 2 for 4 with an RBI and 3 runs. Someone who came in after a very successful season at Penn State, hitting .303 in 37 games.
He's behind, no balls and 2 strikes. Here comes the pitch. Change up upstairs, it's 1-2.
You could see McCauley already attacking the strike zone very frequently. Threw 2 strikes to Sam Cochran before he lined out to left field and then was able to battle back with 2 strikes in the last AB.
Pair of hits against these Blue Sox the first time that they played. 12 hits in his last 14 regular season games in 2021. His breaking ball is in the dirt. A good block from Andrews to keep Moore at first. It's 1-2.
Yeah, very good block because Moore had a bit of a lead off of first base and sort of in between whether he wanted to run on that pitch, but Andrews very quick off his feet and able to keep him away at first.
1 ball and 2 strikes. The count to the catcher out of Penn State. Another check in on Moore. A healthy lead at first. He's just able to get back in time. Newport looking for a response. It's 2-0 Valley in the bottom of the first inning. Here's the pitch. Change up just inside. Count evens up to Wood at 2-2.
Really tough job to lay off that one if you're Matthew Wood, but someone who's got some very good plate discipline. Drew 19 walks last season for Penn State.
Looking for a walk right here potentially with a walk with Moore over at first. Another check in and he's back in time. Just game number 2 this season for the Gulls. Game number 5 for Valley. We'll check in again. Another close play at first, but Grayson Moore is back in time.
Interesting 3 pickoff attempts in the same at-bat. You wonder how many times he'll keep going back over there if he stays at first base.
Wood still waiting for the 3-2 pitch. Here it comes. Fastball, hit out of play. We'll do it again.
Better call, Newport Gulls.
A 3-game winning streak for these Valley Blue Sox. They are red hot. They beat Mystic 6-5, Danbury 12-7, and then 8-0. Here's the payoff pitch. Inside corner, strike 3. What a pitch from McCauley to bounce back from the walk, and there's 2 down.
Well, he'd mixed in a couple breaking balls in that bat, but that time a perfectly placed fastball down and away. Wood wasn't expecting it, and that's his first strikeout of the season.
Well, from one Vanderbilt product at first to another one at the plate, CJ Pitaro. His first pitch in is a pitch in the dirt. Pitaro getting the start at the hot corner for the second straight game for Kevin Winterroad. 1-0. High and tight. It's 2-0.
Pitaro didn't quite live up to the assumption we thought he was going to. 1 for 5 in that game last Thursday.
Pitch. Fastball this time it catches the plate, and it's 2-1. One for 5 in that game. He scored one of the 7 runs for the Gulls. First a check-in back on Moore.
And how impressive CJ Pitaro was in high school in New Jersey. Second best shortstop in his class. Hit .347 with 52 RBIs in his career at Steinert High School.
Another check-in and another close play on Moore, who's back in time.
Is that 5 this inning? Because it was 3 last AB. It's been 2 this one, I assume?
Well, making Pitaro wait, he made Wood wait as well. Now here it comes. Fastball, another good stop from Andrews. 3-1.
He's been very consistent. Not been the best player for the Blue Sox so far, but very consistent both offensively and defensively as Cole Andrews behind the plate.
Good hitters count. Here comes the 3-1. Fastball, high chopper on the right side, fielded by the first baseman. And over to first in time, and the side is retired. Newport gets a base runner, but nothing more in the bottom of the first. 2-0 Valley over the Gulls as we're through 1 inning full here at Cardines Field on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
New England League. This summer, the NECBL and its 14 organizations join over 200 major leaguers by wearing custom Franklin batting gloves as members of the Franklin family. To design your own custom pair of batting gloves, visit franklinsports.com and join the fam. You, our loyal fans, will be selecting 2 players to this year's All-Star Game. Beginning on Monday, July 12th, fans will be able to vote for the final All-Star for each of the North and South Division teams. The player from each division with the most votes will be named to the NECBL All-Star Team and suit up with the rest of the All-Stars on Sunday, July 18th in Newport. Fan voting will take place online at vote21.necbl.com beginning on Monday, July 12th. Franklin Sports is...
This is Newport Gulls Baseball on your home for the Gulls, the NECBL Broadcast Network. Be sure to check out the Gulls online at newportgulls.com. That's newportgulls.com.
Zephyr is the official on-field cap of the NECBL, also known as the Z-Hats. Zephyr is the authentic college hat with a loyal following of those who only wear the Z. Zephyr makes hats for over 800 colleges and channels that same energy and creativity into building custom hats of all types for pro sports teams, clothing brands, and companies everywhere. Make sure you pick up your Newport Gulls official on-field cap.
Welcome back to Newport. 2-0 Valley over the Gulls in home game number 1 for Newport in 2021. First pitch is down low for ball number 1 to Brendan Huth. Here's the pitch from Jimmy Kingsbury. Fastball too high. 2-0. Kingsbury struck out the side for Newport in the first inning. Pitch. Fastball just too high. Struck out the side, but Valley got some good contact on him as well. 2 runs across on 2 hits for the Blue Sox in the first. Here's the pitch. Fastball gets that inside part. It's 3-1. It's 3-1.
Yeah, and Hewitt, someone very similar to Travis Holt, struggled in those first 2 games, combined 0 for 7, but came alive in the Saturday win at Danbury. 2 for 4, 2 RBIs.
3-1. Breaking ball just a bit high. And the first walk of the ball game for these Blue Sox belongs to Nate Thomas. Huth, excuse me.
Yeah, Huth at the start of the season, those first 2 games was swinging on a lot of first pitches, went down 0-2 in a lot of counts, struck out 5 times to open the season, but now has 5 walks to go along with it.
It's the 8-hitter Kyle Hawes. Immediately another opportunity for the Blue Sox. Got the first 3 men aboard in the first inning, and now the leadoff man aboard again for Valley. Pitch from Kingsbury. Fastball right down the middle. 0-1. LaPlante on deck before the lineup card turns back over for Valley. Pitch. Fastball hit the other way. It's going to get down in right field for a base hit. Hewitt makes the turn around second, going for third. Throw in is too high. Hit number 3 on the night for the Valley Blue Sox, and it gives them runners on the corners with still nobody out.
Perfectly executed hit and run from Hez Randolph. He's been very aggressive with his runners on base. Hewitt goes at the perfect time, and a perfect piece of contact from Hawes gets down. Another hit for him, and again, runners on the corners here for the Blue Sox.
What an opportunity once again. It's the shortstop out of Yale, Mason LaPlante. First pitch from Kingsbury. Fastball as the runner goes down to second. Throw from Ceruto is a chopper, not in time. Hawes swipes second base, and Valley has runners on second and third with still nobody out.
They call him out.
I think he is heading momentarily back to the dugout, it looks like. Not sure if he is banged up.
That's not a good sign.
Certainly hope he's all right.
Without good, Kyle Hawes has been hitting over 400 in these first couple games, already a single. You hope he's not injured trying to be too aggressive.
Well, play has stopped for a moment. It looks like the hand of Hawes may have been banged up a little bit. He's getting it tended to. Down by the Valley dugout. Of course, both of these dugouts are down the first base side here at Cardines.
Yeah, I've never seen this before at a ballpark. The dugouts right next to each other, very similar to you see like at a hockey game, the two benches right next to each other. I am not used to seeing that in any kind of baseball stadium, whether it's professional or recreational.
Well, it looks like Hawes is trying to get tended to stay in this game after it looked like maybe a bit of an awkward slide.
Yeah, Hawes, a late addition to this Blue Sox lineup, came in within that first week of the season from Hartford University, and he has been great after struggling in 2021, only batting .222. He's refound his form that he had in 2020 and has just delivered for Hez Randolph so far.
Hawes still getting tended to by the Gulls staff. Now Jimmy Kingsbury trying to remain loose after this stoppage.
Excuse me for thinking he was out, and now they're going to pinch run for him. This is going to be a debut for Garrett Schultz.
Another Xavier product on the base path, so Kyle Hawes exits the game. Certainly hope he is all right.
Left the game.
Well, we'll see a debut here with Garrett Schultz, one of 4 Xavier players on this team, and hopefully it's nothing too serious for Kyle Hawes. That hand injury might have hurt it sliding into second base.
So Hawes is out of the ball game. It's 1 ball and no strikes to Mason LaPlante out of Yale. Opportunity for the Blue Sox once again. Runners on second and third, just like what they had in the top of the first inning. They scored 2 runs. Kingsbury gives a look over to second base. On the first pitch. Breaking ball down low and away. 1-0.
You got to wonder, that's a lot of time between those 2 pitches. Plenty of time for Mason LaPlante and Jimmy Kingsbury to think out this at-bat.
LaPlante has not played since 2020. The pitch is a changeup, tried to hold up his swing, and he did.
Well, LaPlante struggled to open the season, 0 for 3 against Newport on opening night, 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts in the game after that. But he returned to the lineup against the Westerners this past Sunday, got his first hit, but most importantly, made some great plays defensively that had Hez Randolph raving about him in the postgame interview.
Here comes the 2-1. It's a changeup away. Good hitters count for LaPlante. It's 3-1.
The Blue Sox have been very aggressive at the plate so far this season, so it wouldn't surprise me to see LaPlante try and drive one into left field.
Looking for his first hit against the Gulls, 0 for 3 in the season opener. Pitch. It's a fastball away. And a 5-pitch walk for LaPlante has loaded the bases here in the top of the second.
Yeah, and this is them building off that 8th inning that they had at Danbury. They've really started to take their time in at-bats, and they've drawn 2 walks this inning, and now the bases are loaded.
Lineup card is turned over for Valley in the second inning. Jack Hausinger, the second baseman from Xavier, looking to really put a stamp on this game for the Blue Sox in a big opportunity. First pitch is a fastball, catches the top part of the plate. It's 0-1.
Really important at bat here for Kingsbury to at least try and establish a foothold back into this ball game. Don't want it to get too out of hand early.
No balls in, 1 strike to Hausinger. There's a fastball in there for a strike. It's 0-2. He was hit by a pitch on the very first pitch of this game and scored the first run of the ball game for Valley. Did not play the first time that these two met up in Holyoke. in that 7-2 win for the Gulls. Here's the 0-2. Curveball, high chopper over the head of Kingsbury, fielded by Fortin, over to first, and he got him. Nice play by Joe Fortin to charge the baseball, fire it over to first. But if you're the Blue Sox, you'll take that. It's an RBI ground out, and it's 3-0.
Yeah, for the Blue Sox, in this situation, you will gladly, exchange a run for an out. Just hits it right over the mound. Good, very good charge, as you mentioned, by Fortin to charge onto it. But as you mentioned, you get the run, and it's 3-0.
The third run crosses home plate, and still an opportunity. Runners on second and third with one out. And it's Travis Holt, the DH. First pitch. Fastball just misses outside. It's 1-0. Holt got the first hit of this ball game. It was a single. Hart singled behind him. Got the party started for Valley. The pitch is fastball hit right back to the screen. Nearly caused us to flinch. Right back into our area. It's a good thing there's a fence at Cardines Field.
Yeah, amen to that. I feel pretty protected behind this fence, whereas back at Mackenzie, no wall between us and the press box if a ball gets up there.
1 ball and 1 strike to Travis Holt. The pitch. Fastball this time dots that outside part.
Actually had a pretty funny story a couple nights ago, right after you came on that Friday night. We had a foul ball hit up and above us. My broadcast partner, Devin Dobeck, on the night, didn't see it. It bounced inside the window and out of the press box. Had us all jumping.
Wow.
Never seen that before.
Gonna make a play on it. Pitch. Breaking ball. Shot into the air, high into the air, and playable for the shortstop, Barnum. He makes the catch in shallow left field, and there's 2 down.
Really scary play there from Newport as Barnum dropped back and back and back, and he was just able to reach out to his left hand. Might be hard to play it through this fog, but he's able to make the catch and just shallow enough to keep the runner at third.
It's Brian Hart now for Valley, who has had a fantastic season for the Blue Sox and has gotten off to a good start tonight with a single in the first inning. 2 runners in scoring position for Valley. Here's the pitch from Kingsbury. Big cut to miss on a fastball. 0-1. Haas comes from the University of Hartford, a Linfield, Massachusetts native. 5 for 10 so far this season. Absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, now the only NECBL player with 6 RBIs after he came in tonight with a 5-way time for first in the league with 5.
No balls and 1 strike. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball drops in there for a strike, and Kingsbury's ahead 0-2.
Well, for as much as he's given up 3 runs in this first inning in 2/3, his breaking ball location has been very impressive today. Located a lot of those curveballs to the outside part of the plate.
Kingsbury looking for another strikeout. He struck out the side in the first inning. No balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. The pitch. Breaking ball got him. Jimmy Kingsbury works out of trouble. Valley gets 1 more run, but strands 2 in the top of the second. 3-0 Blue Sox over the Gulls on opening night at Cardines. This is the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Fans, the NECBL's Broadcast Network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8. Purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule. The 2021 New England League All-Star Game will be hosted by the Newport Gulls at historic Cardines Field on Sunday, July 18th. Join the NECBL's best as they take to the diamond in front of scouts from every MLB organization at Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island. Visit asg21.necbl.com for more information.
The Newport Gulls, 6-time champions of the NECBL. Follow the whole season right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. This is Newport Gulls Baseball on your home for the Gulls, the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Whether you're an island resident or just visiting, the fastest way to get to the Cape and Islands is by taking the New England League's preferred partner, the Steamship Authority Ferry. Visit steamshipauthority.com for more information.
In the bottom of the second here at Cardines Field, it's 3-0 Valley.
Well, Jimmy Kingsbury's got those 4 strikeouts, but overall the Blue Sox have been all over him. Already 3 hits tonight, have drawn a couple walks as well.
First pitch to Joe Fortin is laced down the right field line, but foul.
And something to update you on, Kyle Hawes exited last inning after the stolen base. His day is officially done, and the man who came in for him, Garrett Schultz, fills in right field now.
Hawes banged up after he slid into second base. Pitch to Fortin. What a breaking ball, but it misses for ball number 1. Up and down went that pitch from John McCauley.
Yeah, he's been very impressive so far this season for the Blue Sox out of Butler.
1 ball and 1 strike to the URI product. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. He makes contact with it, but hits it right back to McCauley. Flips it to first and 1 away.
Well, he's already got his first strikeout of the season. He's been asked to do a couple fielding. Got that 3-1 groundouts and the first. Now he's got a 1-3 groundout. So he's right into this ball game, and he's starting to feel confident here for Valley.
Now Cal Perillo, the local product out of RIC. What a first game for the Gulls he had. Here's the first pitch. It's a fastball upstairs, 1-0.
What a first name as well.
Wonder why that is. 3 for 5 went Perillo in that game. Pitch. In there for a strike on the outside part of the plate.
It was a Cal Ripken reference. He hit the ball pretty well for the Orioles, and Perillo did the same for the Gulls. 3 for 5 on opening night.
1-1, breaking ball, hit back up the middle, fielded by LaPlante, thrown on to first in time. Well, Perillo made good contact with it, hit it hard, but right to LaPlante, and there's 2 down.
Yeah, and Hez Randolph could not stop raving about how good Mason LaPlante was last night defensively. Made 2 exceptional plays in the top of the 7th for Valley in a game that was still relatively close, and a really good job to field that one off the hop and gun it on to first.
Now Connor Kiley for the Gulls. Here's the first pitch. Right back to that breaking ball goes McCauley, and it drops in for a strike.
That was disgusting.
The movement on that pitch, I'll tell you. Pitch. Fastball, not a lot of movement that time. 1-1.
And he's starting to move a lot quicker here on the mound. You notice the time between that first and second pitch, not a lot.
1-1 coming. Breaking ball outside to Kiley. He hits second for the Gulls on opening night. And hits 7th tonight for Kevin Winrow-Scrum. And he looks at a fastball outside. He's got a good hitter's count, 3 balls and 1 strike.
Really impressive for Stonehill last season. 432 games.
3-1. Fastball, hit it back to the screen. The count's full. 2 for 5 with an RBI single. In that big Newport win where they had 13 hits. Here's the pitch. Got him on a breaking ball, strike 3. McCauley works 1-2-3 in the bottom of the second and keeps Newport off the base paths. 3-0 Blue Sox after 2 here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Fans, the NECBL's Broadcast Network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8. Purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule. The 2021 New England League All-Star Game will be hosted by the Newport Gulls at historic Cardines Field on Sunday, July 18th. Join the NECBL's best as they take to the diamond in front of scouts from every MLB organization at Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island. Visit ASG21.com www.necbl.com for more information.
NCTV 18 Newport County, the World Wide Web, and on DVD. This is Newport Gulls Baseball on the NECBL Broadcast Network. Need your Gulls fix? Check out NewportGulls.com. That's NewportGulls.com.
Back here at historic Cardines Field. In the top of the third inning, 3-0 on opening night at home for Newport in favor of Valley. First pitch is cut on and missed for strike number 1. Cole Andrews, the batter for Valley, the catcher out of Miami of Ohio. Pitch, fastball out and away, 1-1. Andrews a strikeout victim in his first at-bat of this game. The first strikeout back in that first inning. After that, Kingsbury really got on a roll. Struck out the side in the first. 1-1. Fastball hit back to the screen.
Also a really good job in that last inning with a strikeout. He loaded the bases, but he gave up the 1 run on the RBI ground out and was able to work his way out of trouble through there.
Well, he's ahead 1-2 on Andrews, looking to punch him out for the second time today. Pitch. Fastball just away. Good take from Andrews. It's 2-2.
This is someone who's had a really incredible career at Miami of Ohio. First team All-MAC in his freshman season, career hitter 287.
2-2. Pitch away. Gets behind Cerruto back to the backstop. 267 in 46 games this year with the Red Hawks. 3 homers, 19 RBIs. Payoff pitch coming from Jimmy Kingsbury. Fastball shot in the air, but behind us. We'll do it again. Kingsbury in his 4th inning of work for the Gulls. Newport starter in Game 1 this season, Brandon Garcia, went 5 1/3. Payoff pitch. Breaking ball clubbed into left field, but it's going to roll foul. My goodness.
Well, he got the pitch he wanted, breaking ball. It was left over the heart of the plate and just saw it a little too late and laced it foul. Someone who's got home run power, already has a home run this season with the Blue Sox.
Nearly out of second. Payoff pitch. Breaking ball, got him, strike 3. Jimmy Kingsbury, another strikeout of Cole Andrews, number 2 on the night, and there's 1 down.
Yeah, it's been a slight issue so far for Andrews. 4 strikeouts through the first 4 games for Valley. Now already 2 tonight. That's just a really good pitch from Kingsbury. As I mentioned a couple times, really doing a good job with those breaking balls.
5th strikeout of the ball game for the Villanova Wildcat in his first appearance. Appearance number 12 as a Gull. Made 11 in 19. And now 1 in 2021. Here's Nate Thomas for the Blue Sox. First pitch. Fastball upstairs. It's 1-0. Thomas, a strikeout victim himself, struck out looking in the first inning. 1-0. Fastball hit a mile in the air on the left side. Not a lot of foul territory, and it bounces. It's fair. It's fielded by Kingsbury on to first. In time. Unbelievable. Everybody stopped.
Well, both players converged on it. Spataro from third, Cerruto from home plate. Thomas didn't know where he was. He stayed in the batter's box. It lands just fair down this third base side. Really nice reaction by the pitcher to throw it on to first base, though.
Everyone had lost it. Has gotten a little more foggy. It landed fair, and there's 2 outs. First pitch is hit back to the screen by Luke Franzoni.
I think that's the weirdest 1-3 put out I've ever seen.
Has to be, right?
I mean, everyone in the crowd thought it was out too. Everyone down this left field side started standing up trying to catch it.
From a blooper for the Gulls to an out. Pitch. His fastball hit high in the air into right field. 3 Gulls converge on it, and the second baseman Fortin makes the catch in shallow right field. And very quickly, a 1-2-3 inning for Jimmy Kingsbury in maybe the oddest of ways. We're through 2.5 here at Cardines Field. Valley by 3 over the Gulls here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
2021 New England League All-Star Game will be hosted by the Newport Gulls at historic Cardines Field on Sunday, July 18th. Join the NECBL's best as they take to the diamond in front of scouts from every MLB organization at Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island. Visit asg21.necbl.com for more information.
Need your Gulls fix? Check out NewportGulls.com. That's NewportGulls.com. Be sure to check out the Gulls online at NewportGulls.com. That's NewportGulls.com.
Franklin Sports is proud to be the official batting glove of the New England League. This summer, the NECBL and its 14 organizations join over 200 major leaguers by wearing custom Franklin batting gloves as members of the Franklin family. To design your own custom pair of batting gloves, visit franklinsports.com and join the fam. Franklin Sports is proud to be the official batting glove of the New England League. This summer, the NECBL and its 14 organizations.
The Newport Gulls, raising the bar in summer collegiate baseball, right here on the
Back here at Cardines Field. Bottom of the third, we go. It's Peter Ceruto, a Newport Gull.
Yeah, he wasn't with the Gulls last week, so this is the first look that the Blue Sox will have at him tonight.
Not with the team on the road in Valley, but with the team tonight. First pitch to the Rutgers catcher. It's hit high in the air. This time I think we know that it's foul.
I don't know. I don't want to call anything after that last inning.
Who knows? 0-1. Breaking ball in there for a strike to Ceruto. Ceruto on the goals in 2019, as mentioned. Pitch. Fastball away, and it's 1-2. He played in 19 games for Kevin Winterode's squad, .250 average with no homers and 6 RBIs. Here comes the 1-2. It's a breaking ball away. And it's 2-2 to Ceruto.
Yeah, he impressed throughout that last season. Very good in that Michigan series, 3 for 6 with a double and a run against the Wolverines.
A 2018 MLB draft pick to the Cincinnati Reds in the 22nd round. 2-2. Breaking ball he's able to hold off on. Count is full of 3-2.
His one issue at Rutgers is he's really struggled to drive in RBIs. He struggled in 2019, but did have 14 RBIs last year. 2020 only had 7.
The pitch is a high chopper to the third baseman, Thomas. Takes a couple steps, fires it over to first, and he gets the runner by half a step.
Well, pretty well taken first at bat from Peter Ceruto. Worked his way into a good count, and with a 3-2 pitch, just had to protect the plate. Saw a breaking ball a little too late, and just softly tapped it over to third. Easy out for the Blue Sox.
Now the 9-hitter for the Gulls before the lineup card turns over. It's Lewis Barnum, the shortstop. First pitch is a ball clubbed deep into left field. The center fielder and left fielder converging on it. This ball is high off the wall. Barnum is into second, sliding with a double.
Well, he didn't have a hit on opening night, but he's got the first hit for the Gulls here tonight. The deepest we've seen a ball travel here at Cardines. Hammers off one of the sponsor boards in left center, and a much-needed first hit for the Gulls.
Hit number 1 comes from batter number 9 for Newport. What an opportunity as this card turns over with Sam Cochran. The Newport right fielder, who is now a member of College of Charleston, but last played with Eckerd College, has had quite the journey in his collegiate career. It's seen 2 different stops in the NECBL with the Winnipesaukee Muskrats before coming to Newport. First pitch to the right fielder. Breaking ball, tried to hold up on it, and he couldn't. It's 0-1.
Another nice breaking ball from John McCauley. Not someone who really attacks the zone a lot more than a lot of other pitchers have for the Blue Sox so far. But done a really good job to just mix up his fastballs and breaking balls.
Runner on second is Barnum for the Gulls. Here comes the 0-1. But before that, he'll step off the mound. 0 for 1 is Cochran on the night. He flew out a hard hit ball to the left fielder Hart. 0-1. Fastball launched into left field again. Hart goes back on it, and he'll make the catch just in front of the wall. Great contact from Sam Cochran, but Hart able to range over near the line for the second out.
Huge second out there. Very good piece of contact from Sam Cochran, who delivered last week against Valley. Hits it well, but really good job from Hart to get off his feet and move on to that one to save what would have been a run.
Now it's Grayson Moore, the Vanderbilt products. The first hitter to get on base for the Gulls today. Swings and misses on a pitch in the dirt. He walked in the first inning but was stranded for the Gulls. Newport's still looking for their first run at home in 2021. Behind 3-0 to the Valley Blue Sox. We've already surpassed their run total from the first time these two teams matched up when Newport won 7-2. The pitch. Fastball inside.
And that pitch just missed down and away. Really good job to try and frame a 0-1 fastball. Got a couple pitches to work with, I should say. Got his entire at bat to really work with it with first base free.
Opportunity for the Gulls to get on the board. Here comes the 1-1 as Barnum takes off. The throw down from Andrews. Good throw and in tow. He's able to slide in safe. What a slide. Well, you'd have to think that the third baseman, Thomas, might have been playing away and did not get the tag down in time. The throw was there in time. What a slide from Lewis Barnum, and it's put him 90 feet away from scoring. Here's the pitch. It's rocketed back up the middle. Nice play by the second baseman. Hausinger over to first, and he got him. What a play by Jack Hausinger to get out of the jam for Valley. We are through 3 innings here at Cardines Field. I'll toss it over to Ryan Medeiros, the Gulls field reporter, to give us a look around the NECBL. Ryan?
Yeah, interestingly enough, we got 3 slates up today in the NECBL, and there's 3 shutouts going on right now, guys. The North Shore Navigators are beating the Vermont Mountaineers 2-0. The Ocean State Waves, the notorious Newport Gulls rivals, are beating the Bristol Blues 4-0. And obviously, in this game, the Valley Blue Sox are beating the Gulls 3-0.
Well, 3 innings in the books and a 3-0 lead for the Valley Blue Sox. So now I'll send it over to my broadcast partner from Valley, Cal Freeman.
Thank you, Zach. Blue Sox in front 3-0. If you're just joining us, 2 runs across in that first inning and another one across in the second for the Gulls. Just 1 hit so far off of that Barnum double, but he's stranded at third base after a great play by Jack Hausinger. The Blue Sox throughout this season have been very impressive at the plate. After that first night, they only had 2 runs against the Gulls, but as we mentioned a couple times, it wasn't like that on the game. They had multiple runners left on base, double figures in bases. As Randolph said after the game, we're going to score runs. It's just going to be a matter of time, and they showed up, and they've responded for him in his first year as a head coach. He works as a volunteer assistant at the University of New Orleans, but so far this season, his players have loved playing for him. They've been very aggressive on the base pass. We've seen a couple times tonight. A couple times I saw a couple days ago in Danbury, a couple double steals when they have 2 runners on, first and second. They say, no, let's do one better. Let's go second and third. It's worked a couple times for them, and so far the Blue Sox now on a 3-game win streak, trying to make it 4 tonight.
Cal, it kind of looks like a different team, to be honest with you, from the one that we saw in Thursday when they only put up 2 runs. They've already got 3, really making a statement here on opening night here in Newport.
Absolutely. A couple adjustments, a couple of new players coming in. And now Brandon Hewitt steps in. First pitch. His fastball inside for strike 1. Hewitt walked and came around to score back in the second inning. A speedy center fielder from St. Joseph's. Here comes the 0-1 from Kingsbury. Breaking ball just misses inside for 1-0. Hewitt hit leadoff last Thursday in that 7-2 loss for the Blue Sox. Here comes the 1-1. Breaking ball that misses down and away. It's 2-1. Well, he hit leadoff that night. He's bounced around the order, hit 8th the other night, now 7th tonight. Hitting just 200 on the season. 1-1. Slaps this one behind home plate. It's 1-2. And Hewitt is someone who the Blue Sox are hoping can produce the way he did this past season. In 37 games, at St. Joseph's, hitting .375, named to the A10 first team. Here's the pitch. Ground ball hit softly, good reaction by Kingsbury as he underhands it on to first base for the first out of the inning. Jimmy Kingsbury saw that pitch right over the plate, able to bounce to it and get that first out.
Yeah, good reflexes from the Villanova Wildcat on a ball that Chopper hit pretty quickly back to him, but able to get that first out. Big first out because these Valley Blue Sox have been able to put that leadoff man on the base paths tonight.
And now a first Blue Sox AB for Garrett Schultz. Out of Nashville, Tennessee, and Xavier University. First pitch. Breaking ball way outside for ball one. Just arrived with the Blue Sox today and wasn't even in the starting lineup. 1-0. Fastball that just catches the outside corner, evens up the count at 1. Defensive substitution for Kyle Hawes, who slid into second base with a stolen base but injured his hand. As the 1-1 pitch, a fastball that misses down and away, he's up 2-1. Schultz in 48 games for the Musketeers this past season. Hit .235 with 5 home runs and 20 RBIs. 2-1. Breaking ball, a curveball that misses outside, and he's worked his way into a hitter's count. It's 3-1. Closed the season with just 1 hit and 3 runs in a 4-game set at Creighton. Here's the pitch. Ground ball hit softly. Shortstop on over to it. Throws on to first just in time. Good hustle from Garrett Schultz. He's got plenty of speed, but a great play by the shortstop Barnum, and there's 2 gone.
Yeah, very close play. Nice play by Lewis Barnum, who of course had the double for the Gulls back an inning ago. And a bang-bang play at first base. The Gulls fortunate to get that out. Now there's 2 down.
So Schultz grounds out to short in his first AB as a Blue Sox. And now the Blue Sox shortstop Mason LaPlante digs in. First pitch. Fastball misses upstairs for strike 1. LaPlante got his first Blue Sox hit yesterday, going 1 for 3 in the win over Danbury. Pitch. This one's lined into right field. Moving on over to it, diving, and he couldn't make the catch. Sam Cochran with a very good effort out in right field towards that warehouse, but it gets down, and LaPlante has his second base hit of the season.
Yeah, Cal, we saw Cochran make an outstanding catch against these Blue Sox in right field last Thursday. Went for it again. That one would have been even more impressive. Had to make up a lot of ground in right field and just couldn't get to it. A very difficult play, but able to keep the ball in front of him. That's what's important to keep him at first.
4th hit of the night for the Blue Sox as the lineup card changes over for the 3rd time tonight. Jack Hausinger digs in. Hitting .286 in his first 2 games for Valley as the pickoff attempt on to first. Tag couldn't even be applied from the first baseman Perillo. Hausinger batting .286 so far this season. Today is 0 for 1 with an RBI. Kingsbury with another pickoff attempt and came a little closer that time, but Perillo unable to apply the tag again. Hausinger was hit by a pitch on the very first pitch of the ballgame, came around to score in the first after that RBI single by Brian Hart. Had the bases loaded and no outs in the second, but produced an RBI groundout. First pitch finally. Fastball freezes Hausinger. It's 0-1. Very impressive this past season for Xavier. 50 games for the Musketeers, .297 with 28 RBIs. Was selected to the All Big East first team after career highs in every batting statistic for the infielder out of Illinois. Fouls this one off down the third base side, and he is immediately down 0-2. He's been very consistent to those All Big East teams. Was a member of the All Big East second team back in 2019 and was preseason All Big East going into the 2020 season, where the Musketeers played just 18 games before the coronavirus outbreak. He's down 0-2, runner on first and 2 outs here in the 4th inning. Here's the delivery from Kingsbury. Breaking ball catches the corner for strike 3. Pretty pitch from the Villanova Wildcat to sit down the Blue Sox in the 4th. For Valley, no runs on 1 hit, no errors, and they leave LaPlante stranded at first. Heading to the middle of the 4th, it's still Valley 3, Newport nothing.
Fans, the NECBL's broadcast network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8. Purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule.
A reminder that this copyrighted telecast is the exclusive property of the Newport Gulls Baseball Club and the New England Collegiate Baseball League, presented by the authority of the NECBL Broadcast Network for the entertainment of our listening and viewing audience, and may not be reproduced, re-recorded, or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game cannot be disseminated without the express written consent of the Newport Gulls and the Commissioner's Office of the New England Collegiate Baseball League.
Zephyr is the official on-field cap of the NECBL, also known as the Z-Hats. Zephyr is the authentic college hat with a loyal following of those who only wear the Z. Zephyr makes hats for over 800 colleges and channels that same energy and creativity into building custom hats of all types for pro sports teams, clothing brands, and...
Be sure to check out the Gulls online at newportgulls.com. That's Newport Gulls.
Welcome back to historic Cardines Field. John McCauley has thrown 3 shutout innings for Valley, trying to settle back in here against 3-4-5 for Newport, starting with Matthew Wood as the first pitch, a slow-moving breaking ball in there for strike 1. Cal Friedman joined alongside Zach Letson. Thank you so much for joining us on this overcast Monday night from Rhode Island. Wood struck out looking in the first inning. Here it is, second cracks today. Here's the 0-1. Fastball misses down and away at the feet for a 1-1. Matthew Wood, rising third-year sophomore at Penn State University, has impressed in both seasons with the Nittany Lions. 1-1. Goes back to the curveball. Brilliant pitch right down the heart of the frame for 1-2.
Cal, that breaking ball has about as much break as I have seen from a collegiate pitcher. Pretty unbelievable, but he keeps going right back to it.
McCauley here in his second appearance of the season. He's on it so far. 1-2. Fastball swung on and missed in the dirt. Andrews throws on to first to finish off the strikeout. John McCauley gets his third K of the day to open up the bottom of the fourth. One gone.
Yeah, what an arsenal he's got, right? He's got the beautiful breaking ball, and he's got that pitch down in a way that he just threw the fastball, and it's just kept these Gulls hitters really off balance all night. Reminds me of Brandon Garcia, what he did for Newport, and it's worked to perfection for Valley so far.
First pitch goes right back to the breaking ball, and it is working wonders for him on the mound. 0-1 to CJ Pitaro. The Vanderbilt product goes right back to the breaking ball, but misses on the outside corner, or excuse me, the inside corner for 1-1. Pitaro grounded out to first to end the first inning. 1-1. This is a ground ball the other way. Good play by Thomas. One hop onto first. The throw is off the bag, rolling towards the 2 dugouts, but it'll keep Pitaro at first base. He legs out an infield single, and the Gulls have just their second hit of the ball game.
Well, Cal, Thomas playing a little far away from that third base bag worked perfectly to Pitaro, because if he's hugging the line, that's a play for Thomas. Instead, he has to come all the way, work his way into foul territory. There simply wasn't enough time, and a hit that the Gulls really needed.
The Gulls have 2 hits today, one of which was hit deep, hit to one of the deepest parts of the park off the wall from Lewis Barnum, and that one didn't even leave the infield. But you'll take it for Newport, as they have struggled to work against John McCauley, the Butler product. Joe Fortin steps in. 5'10" from LA. First pitch, pops it high in the air, remains in the infield. Couple Blue Sox converge on it. McCauley bounces in. It drops in for a hit. They'll throw on to second to get the outs. Well, these players are having some serious trouble seeing the ball today. It happened a couple innings ago for Valley. This time it works for Newport to an extent, as Valley are still able to get Pitaro at second base.
What a bizarre play, Cal. You mentioned it. The second time we've had that kind of situation tonight. It's bizarre, but if you're Valley, you don't really lose anything because it works just like a pop-up does. You're able to get the lead runner.
Well, the fog coming in is something that we didn't have roughly 45 minutes before first pitch tonight. It rolled in seemingly out of nothing. First pitch goes back to the breaking ball for strike 1 to Cal Perillo. And I was talking with someone right before the game, because I'm not used to this fog. I'm from South Florida. I'm not used to any of this. 0-1. Misses for a ball. They throw back over to first base immediately. Good reaction there from Andrews, but it's 1-1. And I was talking to him and I said, is this a normal thing, this fog? And he said, I've lived here for a very long time, and this has me surprised. So these players are taking it back too. Runner goes on 1-1 as he fouls it off behind his own plate. Newport trying to execute a hit and run with their first baseman, but he's now down 1-2.
Well, Cal, on our bus back from Valley on Thursday night after opening night, the fog was unbelievable to say the least. It was a lot worse than this. It wouldn't have been playable. Now it's pretty bad, but it's still good enough to have baseball here at Cardines.
Perillo's used to the fog, grew up in Rhode Island, and is at Rhode Island College. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball that he's just able to get a piece of, and home plate umpire William Bowers will call it dead. So we'll do it again. Perillo, another late addition to this roster from Newport, and he impressed on opening night. A team-high 3 hits. He went 3 for 5 with a run and a strikeout in the Gulls' opening night of the season. A 7-2 win over these very same Valley Blue Sox. Find themselves 3-0 down after the Blue Sox got 2 in the first frame and 1 in the second. Perillo trying to keep this inning alive here for Newport, as they've yet to figure out John McCauley on the hump. 1-2. Fastball that Perillo fights off. Good job to protect home plate there as it exits Cardines Field down that first base side. We'll do it again. Perillo really impressive to close in this last season. Hit .331 overall, but was hitting .364 in 9 games in May, including 11 RBIs. 1-2 again. Breaking ball slapped into left field for a base hit. Avoids the dive of Thomas, and Perillo with another hit to open up this NECBL season. And it's runners on second and first for the Gulls.
Well, he's just been fantastic, Cal, hasn't he? 3 hits against these Blue Sox on Thursday. How about another one tonight? And it keeps this rally going for Newport. This is as good a chance as the Gulls have had. You got 2 runners on, and you bring the tying run to the plate.
Connor Kiley steps in. Had an RBI on opening night, going 2 for 5. He's got a runner approximately 180 feet from home in Joe Fortin at second base. First offering. Fastball misses upstairs for ball 1. Kiley, 6'1", 185, was born in Ocala, Florida, but he played his high school ball very close to here in Portsmouth, Rhode Island. Best of both worlds. 1-0. Fastball just can't catch the corner, and Kiley's worked his way up 2-0. Hit .400 this past season for Stonehill College, closing the season with 6 RBIs in his final 4 games. So 7 RBIs in his last 5, you count the NECBL. 2-0. Breaking ball misses way outside, and Kiley up 3-0 here as McCauley's starting to lose a bit of the control that he had in the first couple innings. He gave up just 1 hit through the first 3, and he's given up 2 this inning, albeit one of them not really his fault after that high pop-up that just bounced in the infield. Here's the 3-0. Fastball misses upstairs, and the bases are loaded. A 4-pitch walk delivered to Connor Kiley, and are loaded for the debutant Ceruto.
Well, that's about as easy as it's been all night, right? I mean, 4 pitches to Kiley after Perillo makes some noise with the base hit, and this is a real rally for the Gulls. Their biggest opportunity of the day for McCauley, who's looked outstanding on the mound for Valley. Now the Gulls really have a chance to get back in.
Well, here comes the Rutgers product, Peter Ceruto. First pitch to him. Fastball misses upstairs for ball 1. He mentioned in his first at-bat after he grounded out to third that he struggles at getting runs batted in. And for Kevin Windsor out at Newport, this is a big chance. Bases loaded, 2 outs. He swings and hits this one into left field. It is down in left center. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in, and they're going to hold the runner at third base, so he's going to run through it. The throw to the plate. Andrews has it, and he's got the tag. He ran through a stop sign, and Cole Andrews has the play at first at home plate to retire the side. Newport still get 2 runs off the hit from Ceruto, but that's all it is. They're back into this ball game. It's Valley 3, Newport 2 here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
2021 New England League All-Star Game will be hosted by the Newport Gulls at historic Cardines Field on Sunday, July 18th. Join the NECBL's best as they take to the diamond. Zephyr is the official on-field cap of the NECBL, also known as the Z-Hats. Zephyr is the authentic college hat with a loyal following of those who only wear the Z. Zephyr makes hats for over 800 colleges and channels that same energy and creativity into building custom hats of all types for pro sports teams, clothing brands, and companies everywhere. Make sure you pick up your Newport Gulls official on-field cap today. Whether you're an island resident or just visiting, the fastest way to get to the Cape and Islands is by taking the New England League's preferred partner, the Steamship Authority Ferry. Visit steamshipauthority.com for more information.
The Newport Gulls, 6-time champions of the NECBL. Follow the whole season right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
You, our loyal fans, will be selecting 2 players to this year's All-Star Game. Beginning on Monday, July 12th, fans will be able to vote for the final All-Star for each of the North and South Division teams. The player from each division with the most votes will be named to the NECBL All-Star Team and suit up with the rest of the All-Stars on Sunday, July 18th in Newport. Fan voting will take place online at vote21.necbl.com beginning on Monday, July 12th.
Welcome back to Cardines Field. The Gulls get 2, but they could have had 3. Connor Kiley ran through a stop sign from his third base head coach, and wrongfully so. Cole Andrews applies the tag at home plate. But the Gulls are back into this ball game. 2 runs across John McCauley in that 4th inning as we head to the 5th here from Cardines. Cal Freeman joined alongside Zach Letson. Thank you so much for joining us here for the second matchup between these 2 teams. Newport took the first on opening night. First pitch of the 5th to Travis Holt skips its way in the dirt, 1-0. For Holt so far today, 1 for 2. Came around to score after a single in the first. Flew out to the shortstop in the second. Here's the pitch. Ground ball hit back up the middle for a base hit. Travis Holt has his second multi-hit game away from home. And it's a leadoff runner for Valley.
Yeah, he's been great so far this season for Valley. His second hit tonight, as you mentioned, a reason why he's hitting in that top part of the lineup.
Well, he struggled to open the season, 0 for his first 8 in the first 2 games against Newport and Mystic. Then he got those 2 hits in the road win at Danbury. Now he's got 2 road hits again tonight. Here comes Brian Hart. First pitch. Hart swings right through it for strike 1. Hart, named on the bus ride down here, the reigning NECBL Player of the Week, after he was the only player in the NECBL last week to hit 3 home runs. 0-1. Checked his swing. Did he go around? Yes, he did. He's down 0-2. He didn't quite perform on opening night. 1 for 4 with a run. One of just 2 Blue Sox runners that night, but since then, electric at the plate. He's down 0-2 right now, however. Here's the pitch from Kingsbury. Runner goes. Breaking ball outside. Throw onto second base. In time. Quick reaction from Peter Cerruto onto Lewis Barnum, and the leadoff runner nullified for the Blue Sox.
Well, Cal, have you seen that before? Cerruto on about 4 hops just fired a throw. Doesn't matter how many hops it took. It was on the money. Down to second base and in time to get the out.
Hart coming off a 1 for 4 performance on Sunday, clubbing his 3rd home run of the season. Only player to do that so far. Here's the 0-2. He slaps this one to short into the shift. What a play by Barnum on to first in time. How about this 5th inning from the Gulls shortstop? Lewis Barnum applies the tag on the steal and now gets Hart at first base.
That is an outstanding play from your shortstop. Shades of, dare I say, Fernando Tatis, what we've seen lately, able to get that pick up on a play that it would have been ruled a hit if it was off of his glove, able to make a fantastic play and just get the runner by half a step.
Only defensively of recently, I should say, as that first pitch sails over the head of Cole Andrews for ball 1. He's known for his hitting, Tatis, but wasn't he leading the MLB in errors at one point in the season? I feel like it.
That was a highlight I saw on MLB's Instagram the other day. Looks similar to Barnum.
Not surprised there. 1-0. Man is a highlight machine as Andrews hits this one high in the air down the third base side. We'll see if it remains in play. Ranging into foul territory, and it drops fair. Andrews on his way to second, and he will be there, tagged out. Another play fooling these infielders with the fog. Andrews tries to turn it into 2, but he's tagged out at second base by Joe Fortin, and the side is retired. 2 hits for the Blue Sox in that inning, but after a caught steal and a throw out at second, the inning is over. It's still Blue Sox 3, Gulls 2 here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
You're an Island resident or just visiting, the fastest way to get to the Cape and Islands is by taking the New England League's preferred partner, the Steamship Authority Ferry. Visit steamshipauthority.com for more information. Franklin Sports is proud to be the official batting glove of the New England League. This summer, the NECBL and its 14 organizations join over 200 major leaguers by wearing custom Franklin batting gloves as members of the Franklin family. To design your own custom pair of batting gloves, visit franklinsports.com and join the fam. Fans, the NECBL's broadcast network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8. Purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information.
The Newport Gulls, 6-time champions of the NECBL. Follow the whole season right here on the NECBL broadcast. This is Newport Gulls Baseball. On your home for the Gulls, the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Welcome back to the 5th. For the Gulls, their number 5, Lewis Barnum, will lead off the inning. 9-1-2 due up for Kevin Winterad's team. They trail 3-2 after they got 2 in the last inning off a 2-run double by Peter Ceruto. The inning ended after Connor Kiley was tagged out at home plate after a big throw from Valley center fielder Brendan Hewitt. First pitch to Barnum. John McCauley, the pitcher, misses outside on a fastball for ball 1. Barnum laced his first hit of the season to deep left center to open up the 3rd inning. Here's the 1-0. Breaking ball, misses again on the outside, and Barnum now quickly up 2-0. Here in his 2nd game of the season, 0 for 3 last Thursday with 2 walks and 3 Ks. In the 7-2 win for Newport. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses upstairs, and he's up 3-0. Struggled this past season in his freshman year at Bryant. Hit under 100, 0.71 in 12 appearances. 3-0 pitch is a fastball that misses upstairs, ball 4. 4-pitch walk, and the 2nd walk of the day the 3rd walk of the day for the Gulls.
I love the plate approach by Barnum so far in this ball game. Got a pitch, and he attacked it in the 3rd inning with that double, and this time just lets it come to him. Very patient approach at the plate, and that's exactly what you need for the Gulls down a run to get the leadoff guy on.
Lineup card changes over for the 3rd time today for Newport. Sam Cochran steps in. Runner on first and none away here in the 5th. Here's the first pitch. Breaking ball misses down and away for ball 1. I feel slightly sorry for Cochran. He's hit 2 very well balls to the opposite field, but 2 lineouts to left. 0 for 2 today. Now 2 for 7 on the season. Throw back over to first base, not in time. Well, the Gulls were supposed to have played 2 games by now, but their opening night on last Friday was postponed due to rain. Whereas Blue Sox have played all 4 of their games so far. Here's the pitch. Another one misses down and low. 6 straight balls from John McCauley to open up this 5th inning. Cochran's bounced around. Previously played at Eckerd College, having 24 hits in 19 games back in 2020 before the season was canceled. 2-0. Fastball misses outside corner, and he's up 3-0. 7 straight balls. And that will bring Cole Andrews out to talk with his starting pitcher.
Yeah, if you're the Gulls right now, no reason to take the bat off the shoulder if he's struggling to locate. You saw the 9-hitter Barnum do an excellent job, and Cochran, who there's a reason why he's in that leadoff spot. He can get on base as good as any of these Gulls hitters. Not going to beat himself. He's going to make the pitcher come to him, beat him, and right now you can't locate in the zone. He's going to have a lot of trouble, as he did last inning.
Cochran, one of 2 Gulls born in Ocala, Florida. Him and Connor Kiley, both born in the Sunshine State. 3-0. Fastball just catches that upstairs corner for 3-1. Finally a strike from McCauley. See if he can find his composure again. Cochran 2 for 5 last week with an RBI. Throw back over to first, not in time. We've seen a lot of pickoff attempts from John McCauley tonight. He had a couple in one at-bat back in that first inning trying to catch Grayson Moore. Trying to pick him off 5 times in that first inning. 3-1 pitch. Slap the other way and foul. Count runs full. Good job to battle back in this at-bat. Cochran here in his second stint in the NACBL. Previously played for the Winnipesaukee Muskrats. Got off to a great start this season, but have dropped their last 2 games. Up in the North Division, the Blue Sox, formerly of the North Division, this is their first year in the South. They were supposed to be in 2020, but there was no season. Cochran will call for time. The Blue Sox so far settled it into life pretty well. They beat Mystic last Friday 6-5, and then 2 straight wins against Danbury. Have them on a 3-game winning streak coming in here to Newport. 3-2 count, runner on first here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Blue Sox lead it 3-2. Payoff pitch from McCauley. Curveball misses outside for ball 4. 2 straight walks drawn by Newport here in this frame. And it's runners on second and first for no outs for the Vanderbilt product, Grayson Moore.
Cal, it's the perfect start for Newport. They were hitting the baseball last inning. Don't need to hit the baseball if you're not getting anything in the zone, and right now they're not. 2 pretty easy walks for this Gulls team, and now you're really getting into this really strong part of the lineup to try to drive guys in.
Moore 0 for 1 here in his Gulls debut. First pitch. Fastball finds its way inside for strike 1. Moore walked back in that first inning, but was stranded at first and then grounded out to second base to end the 3rd inning. Here's the 0-1. Nope, he steps off. We will wait for that pitch. Grounded out to second. A quite fantastic play by Jack Hausinger at second base to be able to hold the Gulls off the scoreboard at that point. 0-1. Fastball just can't dot that upstairs corner, and the count evens up at 1. For Grayson Moore, he's made 5 appearances for the Vanderbilt Commodores. Has yet to record an AB for Vandy. Played in all 5 games as a defensive sub for the SEC squad. Looking back at second base is McCauley. Now he fires the 1-1. Big swing and miss from Moore, and he's now down 1-2. Moore was a 2-time all-conference member for Lake Mary High School. He was ranked as the number 7 outfielder by Perfect Game, including the number 19th in the nation in this previous class. Runners on first and second. Here's the 1-2. He lines this one into right field. It'll send 2 out to it, and it drops for a base hit. Throw on to second base immediately, not in time. And the bases are loaded for Newport. Grayson Moore with his first hit here in the NACBL. And there's ducks on the pond for Matthew Wood.
Yeah, that's an important time for your first hit as a Newport goal, isn't it? Just a little liner, a little kind of blooper into right field into no man's land. There's been a lot of fly balls tonight, Cal, that have just found grass where there haven't been fielders. And that another situation where that now it's getting a mound visit.
As Randolph will come out, and this could be the day down here for John McCauley. If his day is done, 2 runs allowed on 5 hits here in 4 innings. But his day might be done. Still responsible for all the runners on base if he is pulled. As the first-year man has Randolph out to the mound. Previously had worked for the Blue Sox as a hitting coach, as we're seeing some action going on here in both bullpens here on the NACBL broadcast network. That is Mason Miller working for the Blue Sox, but Randolph's going to keep the faith here in his starter, McCauley. Miller, the man warming up for Valley, has made 1 appearance so far this season. He might be called in here. As the bases are loaded and no outs here in a 1-run game. The Blue Sox got 3 in the first 2 frames, 2 in the first, 1 in the second, but Newport responded with 2 in the 4th, and are now looking for more here in the 5th. First pitch to Matthew Wood. Breaking ball outside, 1-0. Wood has been so impressive for Penn State, hitting .314 in his true freshman year back in 2020, then hitting .303 in 2021. In 37 games, all starts for the Nittany Lions. 1-0. Slaps this one down the line for a base hit. This will give the Gulls the lead. 1 is in. Here comes Cochran. And they will keep the runners at third as it's a stand-up double for Matthew Wood. A 2-run stand-up double, and Newport have their first lead of the night. It's Gulls 4, Blue Sox 3.
Cal, his biggest hit as a Newport goal, and after McCauley could not find the zone, he leaves one out over the plate, and Wood just ate it up. All over that baseball, hit it sharply down the line, and that is exactly what you want for the Newport Gulls, and a chance for more with still no outs.
McCauley looking back over to his dugout, wondering if he'll be pulled here, and it looks like that will be his night done. So 4 runs given up, each in the last 2 innings, off of 2 doubles. One from Peter Cerruto and one from Matthew Wood. Both catchers, but Wood designated hitter tonight. And that is it for John McCauley. We will see a new Blue Sox pitcher, or first reliever, when we come back. It's 4-3 Gulls here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
The 2021 New England League All-Star Game will be hosted by the Newport Gulls at historic Cardines Field on Sunday, July 18th. Join the NECBL's best as they take to the diamond in front of scouts from every MLB organization at Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island. Visit asg21.necbl.com for more information.
A reminder that this copyrighted telecast is the exclusive property of the Newport Gulls Baseball Club and the New England Collegiate Baseball League, presented by the authority of the NECBL Broadcast Network for the entertainment of our listening and viewing audience, and may not be reproduced, re-recorded, or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game cannot be disseminated without the express written consent of the Newport Gulls and the Commissioner's Office of the New England Collegiate Baseball League.
NCTV 18 Newport County, the World Wide Web, and on DVD. This is Newport Gulls Baseball on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Welcome back to Newport. The Gulls have their first lead of the game after a 2-run double by Matthew Wood scores Lewis Barnum and Sam Cochran. We've got a pitcher's change here for the Blue Sox as Aaron Hubble comes into the fray for his second appearance of the season.
Yeah, this is someone that the Gulls have seen. They saw him back in that win for Newport. He got the start for Valley, and Newport had success off of him in that win. You mentioned it comes out of Belmont, had 12 appearances with them, and an arm that Newport is familiar with. Boy, the Gulls have an opportunity. You mentioned they just took the lead, a huge chance for more.
Here's the first pitch from Hubble's night. It's a fastball that's inside for strike 1. Hubble gave up 4 runs, 3 of which were earned on opening night. Here's the 0-1. It's a breaking ball that goes into the dirt for 1-1. Runners still on second and third. It's Speedy Moore on third with Wood aboard at second base. 1-1 to Pitaro is grounded to the second baseman. It'll bring home a run as Hausinger looks home but fires on to first. And the Gulls trading out for a run, an RBI ground out from C.J. Pitaro. His first RBI of the season, and it's 5-3 Newport.
Yeah, he'll take that if you're the Gulls. It was a ball that was hit soft, not too hard. If it's hit a little harder, I think Hausinger tries to come to the plate to get the runner. He looked home, but there just wasn't enough time. That's a break for the Gulls, and a big-time insurance run here. 3 spot in the 6th.
So Hubble gives up a run that's unearned as the first pitch skips away from Joe Fortin for ball 1. So now Newport with 3 in the frame. Sacrifice fly still an option here for Joe Fortin. He is 0 for 2 today with a fielder's choice. That one misses and he's up 2-1. Runner on third, Matthew Wood, after that 2-run double. Gave them the lead. Here's the pitch. 3 balls now to the second baseman, Joe Fortin. Grounded out in his first AB to the pitcher, John McCauley, who is done for tonight. Newport now have a 2-run lead, trying to make it more here in the 5th. Here's the pitch. He misses. Nope, he didn't. Fortin thought he did. He was on his way to first base. But home plate umpire William Bowers didn't think so. A late strike call, and it's 3-1.
Yeah, he waited until Fortin took about 3 steps and flipped the bat. Not as late a call as you'll get, but keeps him in the box.
So now 3-1 to the second baseman. Here's the pitch from Hubble. It misses outside. Now he will walk. A 5-pitch walk from Aaron Hubble. He walked 5 last week and now 6, puts runners on the corners.
Cal is as patient of an inning as the Gulls have had. The 3rd walk alone in this inning, remarkable, and it's causing a lot of problems for Valley.
Well, in the worst, in a certain case, you wouldn't mind that because it allows a double play to get out of the inning. It opens up the opportunity, but it also opens up the opportunity for Cal Perillo, who has started this season with confidence. First pitch to him, fastball misses upstairs for ball 1. 3 for 5 last week, 1 for 2 tonight with a run. Singled back in the 4th inning. Here's the pitch. His fastball misses down and away. It's 2-0 now to Perillo. Last season for Rhode Island College, very impressive. 33 appearances, started 31 of those, a home run and 34 RBIs, so over an RBI per game average. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball that doesn't quite break enough, and he's up 3-0. Valley struggling here in this inning. 3 runs already for Newport, but runners on the corners and a big hitters count for the first baseman. Here's the pitch. Get me over. Fastball finds its way inside for 3-1. Perillo had some dominant series last year, including against Castleton. He went 9 for 19 with 11 RBIs. Here's the pitch. Fastball misses down and away. Another walk from Hubble, visibly frustrated, and the bases are loaded again for Newport.
I mean, it just continues. The patience at the plate for Newport. You have to tip your cap to these Gulls who have shown that they can hit the baseball. They have done a great job of getting hits, but I'd argue even a better job of just getting on base, getting walks, and forcing danger for Valley.
Here's another man who's drawn a walk today, Connor Kiley. Grounds this one to second. This could be 2. Hausinger on to second for 1, and the throw won't come in. It'll bring home another run for Newport. An RBI ground out from Connor Kiley, his 2nd RBI of the season, and it's 6-3.
And it's just another case of a ball that's just hit too softly. I think if it's hit sharper, in a way, it's better for Valley because it's hit right to Hausinger. I think he might try to turn 2, but instead just not the time at all to turn that, and it works to the Gulls' benefit with another run.
Again, that run not charged to the man on the mound, Aaron Hubble. It is charged to John McCauley, the Blue Sox starter. First pitch, big swing and miss from Peter Cerruto. Cerruto drove a double back to that left field wall to bring home 2 runs in the 4th. Runners on the corners and 2 away. Here's the pitch from Hubble. Downs his way in the dirt. Andrews makes his way out to it, and a good reaction from Cole Andrews keeps Fortin over at third base. The Gulls with 4 in this frame. And they are 1 away from rounding the order. Here's the pitch. It's hit into center field. It will get down in front of Brendan Hewitt for a base hit. The runner was going. He's all the way into 3rd, and it's another RBI for Newport. Peter Cerruto, his 3rd of the day, and it's 7-3.
Have a day, Peter Cerruto. What a way to make your way back to Newport. He played with the Gulls in 2019. He's back with the team in 2021, and back with a statement. That double in the 4th, you mentioned, drove in a couple, drove in another one here with a single, and these Gulls, they're able to get the walks, but when they do get the strikes, have really been able to put a bat on the ball.
Now we're back to where we started. It's Lewis Barnum, the shortstop. First pitch. Breaking ball that misses outside for ball 1. This is something that the Gulls didn't do all of that game in McKenzie. They didn't head around the order once, but they did put up 7 runs. That was in 9 innings. This is through 4 2/3. That breaking ball misses, and it's a quick 2-0. Runner at 3rd is Perillo, and the man at first base, Cerruto, after the RBI single. Here's the pitch from Hubble. He wanted to go around at it, but it's inside for strike 1. Barnum struggled with Bryant this past year. Here's the pitch. Big swing and miss at a pitch down and away. Hubble with a little fist pump on the mound, then it's 2-2. Barnum played his high school ball at Cathedral Catholic, hit .375 with 6 doubles. in his senior season before coming over to Rhode Island. 2-2. It's a fastball that misses upstairs, and the count runs full. Barnum, the first Bryant Bulldog to ever be recruited from the state of California. He didn't quite perform for the Bulldogs last year, just 1 RBI in 12 games. 3-2, runner goes. Breaking ball inside for strike 3. Aaron Hubble knew it the second he threw it, and the side is retired, but not before Newport take the lead with a 5-run 5th, but they leave 2 aboard. It's Newport 7, Valley 3 here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
21 New England League All-Star Game will be hosted by the Newport Gulls at historic Cardines Field on Sunday, July 18th. Join the NECBL's best as they take to the diamond in front of scouts from every MLB organization at Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island. Visit asg21.necbl.com for more information. You, our loyal fans, will be selecting 2 players to this year's All-Star Game. Beginning on Monday, July 12th, fans will be able to vote for the final All-Star for each of the North and South Division teams. The player from each division with the most votes will be named to the NECBL All-Star Team and suit up with the rest of the All-Stars on Sunday, July 18th in Newport. Fan voting will take place online at vote21.necbl.com beginning on Monday, July 12th.
NCTV 18 Newport County, the World Wide Web, and on DVD. This is Newport Gulls Baseball on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
A reminder that this copyrighted telecast is the exclusive property of the Newport Gulls Baseball Club and the New England Collegiate Baseball League, presented by the authority of the NECBL Broadcast Network for the entertainment of our listening and viewing audience, and may not be reproduced, re-recorded, or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game cannot be disseminated without the express written consent of the Newport Gulls and the Commissioner's Office of the New England Collegiate Baseball League.
Be sure to check out the Gulls online at newportgulls.com. That's newportgulls.com.
Welcome back to Rhode Island. Newport have called to the bullpen for the first time tonight. And it's a new man making his debut. Number 28, Kellen Tullio, 6'3" lefty out of Pennsylvania. A Louisville Cardinal. Zach, what do you have?
Yeah, Tullio this season for the Cardinals made 4 appearances with the team, and 5 of his first 6 outings in college scoreless. Pretty strong to start his collegiate career.
We'll give you the line on the Valley starter John McCauley in a moment as the first pitch comes in to Big Nathan Thomas, and it misses outside for ball 1. For McCauley, 4 innings pitched, gives up 6 runs, all earned on 6 hits, 4 walks, and 3 strikeouts in his first start of the year. As that one misses outside, it's 2-0. And I mentioned it in the pregame, the Blue Sox have struggled to get consistency out of their starters, but the bullpen has not been the problem for Valley this season. Here's the pitch. Tullio misses outside, a heavy fastball, and it's a quick 3-0 to Thomas. 0 for 2 today, struck out in the first and grounded out in the third. Here's the pitch. Misses outside, 4 straight walks from Kellen Tullio, and Thomas is aboard for the first time today.
Well, it was something that the Gulls did very well just a half inning ago, and now Valley ripping a page out of Newport's book, able to get walks, and they just need base runners right now after Newport made a statement last inning with that 5 spot. Got to get base runners on and try to chip into this deficit if you're Valley.
Now Luke Franzoni making his 3rd appearance for the Blue Sox after arriving late from Xavier. Got a runner on first and on away here in the 6th. Blue Sox with a lot of ground to make up. First pitch. Breaking ball misses upstairs for ball 1. Franzoni got off to his Valley career with a bang, hitting a 3-run home run with his first hit with the club, and that big win over Danbury. That one's inside for strike. Franzoni struggled in his home debut, however. He went 0 for 5 yesterday with 4 strikeouts. The golden sombrero, they call it. Tullio looking over at first base, now fires the 1-1. Breaking ball, catching that upstairs corner. Nice location from the Louisville lefty, and it's 1-2. Franzoni this past season for Xavier hit .279 across 41 starts. Drove in 28 RBIs, but he struggled with the strikeouts. 51 of them this year. 1-2. Thought about going around, but is just able to see that pitch up high, and the count evens up at 2. Franzoni closed the year 2 for 5 for the Musketeers, driving in 2 RBIs and a loss to UConn. Here comes Tulio's pitch. Runner goes. Breaking ball misses outside. Count runs full on to second base. And Fortin dropped the throw. A stolen base there from Nathan Thomas. And the third baseman is now aboard at second.
Not a terrible throw from Ceruto down to second base. We've seen him do it tonight, able to gun a runner down. A close play. You never know if he would have got him, but you mentioned it. Didn't have the opportunity with the drop ball.
Now the payoff pitch will come in. Here's the pitch. Franzoni swings through it for strike 3. Did a good job to get back into that at-bat, but he goes down on strikes for the 8th time this season, and there's one gone.
Yeah, it's a good way to bounce back if you're Tulio after the leadoff walk, to come right back and on a payoff pitch, a ball that might have been out of the zone, but to trust that fastball, and it looks so good to a hitter who chased after it for that first down.
Brendan Hewitt, the St. Joseph's product, snaps in. So far tonight, 0 for 1, walked in the second and came around to score off of the Jack Hausinger RBI groundouts. When out in a runner in scoring position, it's his St. Joe's teammate Thomas. First pitch. Fastball taken upstairs, 4-1. Hewitt incredible this past season, as mentioned. In his first series of the season in conference play, 6 for 15 with a home run and 4 RBIs and a sweep at George Washington. That pitch finds the upstairs corner and the count evens up at 1. He also had one stretch in mid-April, unreal. 10 for 15, 2 triples, 8 RBIs in games against St. Bonaventure and Fordham. Here comes the 1-1. Hewitt takes a breaking ball. It just catches the corner. Nice pitch there from Tulio, and he's down 1-2. Hasn't quite translated that play over here into the NACBL, hitting 200 coming into tonight with 2 RBIs. But now with 6 runs. His job is to get on base, and he's done not a great job with it, but he's coming around to score a bunch as he calls for time as the throw came in, and Tulio caught in an awkward position. For the reliever this year, made just 4 appearances, pitched just 2 1/3. Hasn't quite had the action at Louisville. Had just 4 appearances back in 2020. Only pitched 2 2/3 there before the season was called off. The 1-2. Popped foul down this third base side. Good job by Hewitt to stay alive. Tulio was ranked as the number 4 pitcher in Pennsylvania back in the 2019 class by Perfect Game. He featured in the 2018 National Showcase game at Tropicana Field over in St. Petersburg, Florida, home of the Tampa Bay Rays. Hewitt was 0 for 4 in his Blue Sox debut against Newport, looking for a hit here with a runner in scoring position. The 1-2. Breaking ball bounces in the dirt. Good reaction by the catcher Ceruto. That's going to keep Thomas at second base. Hewitt also closed this season strong. Went 6 for 17 with 3 RBIs, with a hit in every game in a series split at Rhode Island. Not far from here at Cardines Field in Newport. Tulio looking over at second. Here comes his 2-2. Breaking ball grounded to the second baseman. It'll get the runner up to third. And the throw on to first is just in time. The speedy Hewitt tried to leg it out, but Fortin just able to beat him.
Yeah, Joe Fortin, kind of a nice play over at first base. That ball took a really bad hop, as you'll see here on the replay, right before it got to him, and he was able to fling the glove kind of over his head and get it to Perillo just in time.
It's been a challenge tonight for fielders. We've seen a couple plays where the ball's just been lost up in the air in this fog, as you can see the fog rolling in here to Cardines Field under the floodlights. First pitch is a breaking ball, or excuse me, a fastball that misses at the knees of Garrett Schultz for 1-0.
All I got to say is, I don't know if I'd want to be an outfielder right now. It's going to be really hard to see a fly ball.
Here's the 1-0 to Schultz. Breaking ball catches that upstairs corner. Nice slider from Tulio. He's got a couple of good breaking balls in his arsenal, and the count evens up at 1. Schultz here in his Valley debut is 0 for 1 after pinch running for Hawes. Here's the pitch. He hits a line drive into right field for a base hit. Garrett Schultz has his first RBI as Valley Blue Sox. It scores Nathan Thomas from third base, and it's now 7-4.
How about that? Comes off the bench and makes a big-time contribution for this Valley team trying to get back into this game. That's a way how. 2 out hitting with guys on base, and now it's just a 3-run game.
So not a bad debut here from Schultz, who has his father in attendance. First pitch to the bottom end in the order, Mason LaPlante. A breaking ball misses upstairs for ball 1. So a debut RBI for Garrett Schultz has cut the lead to 3. Here's the pitch to LaPlante. Schultz is running. He pops this one high in the air. Down this first base side, it's out of play. It's now 1-2. LaPlante has reached base both times he's come up today. He walked back in the second, stranded at second. He singled back in that 4th inning, but was stranded at first. Throw back over to second base, or excuse me, to first base, not in time. Cal Friedman joined alongside Zach Letson here at historic Cardines Field. Thank you so much for joining us. Here for Game 5 of the Blue Sox season, Game 2 here for Newport. To Mason LaPlante, the Yale Bulldog. Runner goes again. Misses upstairs. Throw on to second base is not in time. It looked like the throw had him, but the tag not down in time from Joe Fortin as Schultz able to swipe second base.
And again, that's another fine throw from Peter Ceruto. I think the Gulls infield thought that it was there in time, but give credit where credit's due to Schultz on the base paths, running hard and just getting under that tag just in time.
Second stolen base of the night for the Blue Sox. Second in this frame. 2-1. Fastball catches the upstairs corner for 2-2. And Hez Randolph here knows he's behind, knows he's got to play from behind, and he's not afraid to be aggressive here with his base runner. He's got a lot of speed in this lineup. And even with the guys that doesn't have speed, not afraid to use it. LaPlante looking for his first RBI of the season with a runner in scoring position. He sends this one high in the air to center field. It'll send the center fielder back. He'll camp under it, and Kiley makes the catch to end the frame. The Blue Sox get a run at least. The RBI single from Garrett Schultz makes it a 3-run game. It's Newport 7, Valley 4 here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Franklin Sports is proud to be the official batting glove of the New England League. This summer, the NECBL and its 14 organizations join over 200 major leaguers by wearing custom Franklin batting gloves as members of the Franklin family. To design your own custom pair of batting gloves, visit franklinsports.com and join the fam. Fans, the NECBL's broadcast network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8. Purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule.
This is Newport Gulls Baseball on your home for the Gulls, the NECBL Broadcast Network. The Newport Gulls, 6-time champions of the NECBL. Follow the whole season right here on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Welcome back to Newport. A new pitcher coming in for the Blue Sox. It's Kyle Sebastianski making his second appearance of the season. Late arrival to the team out of Elms College so far this year. 1 appearance, an inning pitched. No record with a 0 ERA, no walks, and 1 strikeout. Here making his second appearance of the season and his second against Newport.
Yeah, you mentioned it. Going from one pitcher that played on Thursday against the Gulls to another, and it was Sebastianski, rather, that came in late into that game for Valley. and for this Gulls team that really just had a complete performance offensively against the Valley pitching staff, and they're showing it again. After a slow start tonight through those first 3 innings, they've really started to click here in the last couple.
We can give you the line on the starter for Newport. Jimmy Kingsbury goes 5 innings pitched, gives up 3 runs, all earned on 6 hits, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts for the Villanova Wildcat, and he is in line for the win, with his team now leading 7-4 after the Blue Sox able to tack on a run in that top half of this frame. Top of the order here for the Gulls. Sam Cochran digs in. First pitch from Sebastianski is grounded down the second base side. Good job by Hausinger to field it. On to first. 1 pitch, 1 out for Kyle Sebastianski. It's been a busy night for Jack Hausinger over at second base. He made a couple of really nice plays, and this middle of the infield for Valley is looking like it could be a very solid one defensively throughout this season after the night Mason LaPlante had last night. Fog really starting to roll in here to Newport. The first pitch to Grayson Moore. Inside for strike 1. Moore is 1 for 2 tonight. He singled and came around to score back in the 5th. He walked in the first inning and grounded out in the 3rd. This one skips in the dirt before it can even get to Moore, and it's 1-1. Couple scoring updates that were announced at Cardines Field here. The Red Sox are up and the Bruins are down, trailing at home in that pivotal Game 5 to the New York Islanders, 4-2, 1-1. This one's grounded on the first base side out of play. My broadcast partner Devin Dobek won't like that news, and someone who I worked with these last 2 nights, Christian Gardecki, Danbury's broadcaster, he'll like that news, the New York Islanders fan. It's kind of split to see who people are a fan of here in this Northeast. 1-2. Breaking ball misses upstairs for 2-2. Some people are Bruins fans, others Islanders fans, others are Rangers fans, others prefer not to talk about it. That I'm referring to the Buffalo Sabres. 2-2. Fastball misses down and away, and the count runs full here to Grayson Moore.
And the state that you really get divided fans, Connecticut, because you got half Yankees, half Red Sox. That's where you really can butt heads.
Seen a couple games in Connecticut so far. Here's the 3-2. Breaking ball misses down and away, and Grayson Moore draws his second walk of the evening.
Yeah, that's what he's done tonight. He's been patient at the plate. He's been awarded 2 walks because of that, and that hit in the 5th inning. What a night to start your Newport Gulls career.
For Kyle Sebastianski, just the first walk of the season. Here in an inning and a 3rd so far, all of which have come against the Gulls. We'll give you that line in a moment as the first pitch comes into Matthew Wood, and he fouls it off behind home plate. He threw an inning last week to close out that 7-2 loss for the Blue Sox. A 1-2-3 inning with a strikeout. At Mackenzie Stadium, now working from the Gulls' home here at Cardines Field. Fog rolling in from right field. Here's the pitch. Runner goes. It's 1-1. Throw on to second base, and LaPlante boots it. The throw came in a little off from Andrews, and LaPlante couldn't quite glove it. Might have been thinking about the tag first, but it's a stolen base there for Moore.
Yeah, Moore happened to pick a great pitch to run on an off-speed pitch, and Andrews fired that baseball down there, and it was a bit high. It went out of LaPlante's glove, but was going to be tough to tag him out.
So now runner in the scoring position. Here's the 1-1. Comes in, and it almost hits him, but it bounced right in front of his knees for 2-1. For Matthew Wood. Well, the fog continuing to roll in, and I did hear that there has been one game that's been affected by fog. Back on opening night, it was 3-0 Martha's Vineyard at Mystic. That game was canceled due to a fog out. As this one's popped up down the third base side, we'll do it again at 1-2. That game didn't go final as the league wants them to finish up that game the next time those two meet. So Martha's Vineyard, after having a fog out and a rain out, are still 0-0 here on the 5th day of the NECBL season. Only team yet to finish a game. The Gulls currently top of the South Division because they've only played once and they're 1-0. Can't get a better record than that when you've only played one game. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses upstairs 2-2. The Blue Sox are second in the division. After losing opening night, they've won their last 3. They were the first team to 3 wins this season. The Mystic Schooners right behind them at 2-1. Only 3 teams above 500 so far here in the South Division. The 2-2 is a breaking ball, misses outside. The count runs full to Matthew Wood. DH today, catcher out of Penn State. Rounding out the rest of the South, Danbury are 1-2, Bristol are 1-2, and Ocean State bottom of the division at 0-2. Ocean State in Bristol tonight. Here's the payoff pitch. Ground ball, first base side, foul. We'll do it again. Matthew Wood, 1 for 3 today. RBI double back in that 5th inning. 2 strikeouts before that. 1 swinging in the 4th and 1 looking back in the 1st inning. Sebastianski looking for his 2nd strikeout of the season and his 1st tonight. Here it comes. Breaking ball swung right through for strike 3. Wood wanted all that and he got none of that. A first strikeout for Sebastianski tonight, and there's 2 gone here in the 6th.
Yeah, it looked like he was sitting fastball. Might have been looking upstairs, but a perfect pitch from Sebastianski. A little different from the breaking ball count that we saw from McCauley, but it works nonetheless.
CJ Pitaro steps in. Watches the first pitch upstairs for ball 1. Picked up his first RBI of the season in his last at-bat, an RBI ground out to second base in that 5th inning. 1 of 5 Newport runs in the 5th. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball misses upstairs, 2-0. Pitaro, similar to Grayson Moore, only made 5 appearances in his Vanderbilt career. He's hitting .333 for the Commodores with 3 RBIs, and he will surely feature for them as his career goes on. Got a lot of confidence in him. 2-2. Popped up in the air, that was 2-0. Hewitt ranging under it, and it drops in left center for a base hit. It'll send another run home, and it's 8-4 Newport. 3 Blue Sox converge on it. All of them lost it in the fog as it drops into left center, and a 2nd RBI for CJ Pitaro.
Cal, what a bizarre situation. It looked like LaPlante might have been the only Blue Sox that saw that baseball, because the center and left fielder couldn't see it because of the fog, and that might cause a stoppage here.
Well, it's a wonder if this game will have to come to a stoppage. As mentioned, it's happened once before in this league. I don't know if the view that those guys have out there in left center. I saw that one drop in.
It didn't look like they saw the ball at all. It looked like LaPlante was trying to go out and be a hero in left field. And I don't even know if you can blame the Valley outfielders. It's really been coming in this last hour or so.
We'll see what these umpires come to a conclusion. And it looks like we're going to have to see a delay here due to the fog. So for now, we'll come to a stoppage in play. Newport lead at 8-4 here on the NECBL Broadcast Network after tacking on 1 more run in the 6th. We'll be right back.
The NECBL's Broadcast Network brings all of the action right to your home every night. Available on your desktop, laptop, mobile device, as well as your Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, or Android TV device. Enjoy single-day passes for just $8. Purchase a weekly subscription for $20, a monthly pass for $40, or an all-season pass for $80. Head to watch.necbl.com for more information and for a full streaming schedule. The 2021 New England League All-Star Game will be hosted by the Newport Gulls at historic Cardines Field on Sunday, July 18th. Join the NECBL's best as they take to the diamond in front of scouts from every MLB organization at Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island. Visit asg21.necbl.com for more information. You, our loyal fans, will be selecting 2 players to this year's All-Star Game. Beginning on Monday, July 12th, fans will be able to vote for the final All-Star for each of the North and South Division teams. The player from each division with the most votes will be named to the NECBL All-Star Team and suit up with the rest of the All-Stars on Sunday, July 18th in Newport. Fan voting will take place online at vote21.necbl.com beginning on Monday, July 12th.
On a night of firsts here in the Newport Gulls 2021 season opener, a first time back for Newport in over 600 days, and a personal first for me. Fog delay here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. I'm Cal Freeman, joined alongside Newport Gulls broadcaster Zach Letson. Currently, it's 8-4 in favor of Newport in the bottom of the 6th. Let's run you through this game if you're just tuning in. Valley took the lead 2-0 in the first, an RBI single from the reigning NECBL Player of the Week. Brian Hart made it 1-0. Then Travis Holt, after signaling earlier in that inning, came home on a wild pitch to make it 2-0. Score would stay that way up until the second inning before the Blue Sox worked bases loaded with no outs. An RBI ground out from Jack Hausinger made it 3-0, but then the starter for the Gulls, Jimmy Kingsbury, able to work a flyout and a strikeout to get out of that inning. So it was 3-0 going into the bottom of the 4th inning before Newport picked up their first 2 runs of the day, I should say. Peter Ceruto hit an RBI double to deep left center. It brought home Joe Fortin and Cal Perillo. Connor Kiley tried to join in, tried to be that 3rd run, tried to tie the game up, but he was thrown out at thrown out at home, I apologize, by Valley center fielder Brendan Hewitt to the catcher Cole Andrews. That made it 3-2. The Blue Sox couldn't do anything in the 5th. The Gulls could. They drove in 5 runs, hitting around the order, including a 2-run double by Matthew Wood to really blow the game open. And in this 6th inning of play, which is where we join you now, the Blue Sox were able to get 1 in the 6th, and RBI single from debutant Garrett Schultz. And then the Gulls were able to get 1 off of CJ Pitaro, dropping it into left center field. Was able to bring home a run, and right before the next batter, Joe Fortin, could step in, we had to stop for this fog delay.
Cal, it was fog that when it started at game time, it was clearly noticeable, no doubt about it. But you get later and later in this game, and it's like, it's getting worse. How long is it going to be playable? And I remember saying a lot, I don't want to be an outfielder right now. And you look at the play that caused this, kind of put us in a delay. Hewitt, Hart, LaPlante go out on a ball that is out there in kind of shallow left field. Probably playable, probably catchable, rather. And no one could go with the baseball. And that wasn't the first time we saw that tonight. We saw a couple fly balls drop here in the infield. And you mentioned it, a night of first, a kind of a wild night here at Cardines Field with the fly balls. In the box score, Valley takes an early lead, and Newport comes back and takes the lead before this delay. But this fog is not stopping. Going to be hard to get back on the field anytime soon. Currently
right out about 100 feet in front of us, Hez Randolph is meeting together with all 3 umpires, William Bowers, Joe Gravina, and Keith Peterson. This is the 2nd meeting of the season between these two. If you remember back to opening night last Thursday, Newport started out great. They went up 5-0, eventually 6-0, before Valley were able to tack on 2 late runs, eventually losing that one 7-2. This is just the 2nd game of the season for the Gulls after a rain delay. Now you do with any more weather here at Cardines Field.
Yeah, weather has not been on the side of Newport quite as of yet to try to get a full 9 here at Cardines, and it's unfortunate. It's going to be hard. It's not the first time, certainly, that we've seen it this season, at Cardines in the past. But now you mentioned it. Newport, it looked like it was their game completely on Thursday against Valley. Today, Valley started really well in this ball game from a pitching standpoint with McCauley and able to get 3 early runs in those first 2 innings. And Newport has really stormed back here in these latter 3 innings, but now you wonder, is this game going to get completed tonight? Is there an opportunity that this fog could go away because it's only gotten worse?
Well, I was going to ask you about that next. You've spent some time here in Newport, here in the NECBL. This is my first season here in this league. So far, a great experience, but I did want to ask, how long has it normally taken for these fog delays to dry up? Do they dry up? And if you're these players, how do you stay fresh here as the temperatures begin to drop here in Rhode Island?
Cal, I've been to a lot of Gulls games over the years. Haven't seen too many games. Certainly there's been fun, no doubt about it. Haven't seen too many games where it's so bad that you have to call it off. Now, when I have seen stoppages, it's usually not a good sign that it's going to get better anytime soon. It takes a long time for things to kind of clear up, and we talked about it on our drive back from Valley after the Gulls 7-2 win over the Blue Sox on night number 1. It was awful on the ride back, driving back on the bridge. You couldn't see anything. And now tonight, it's kind of a similar story. It's just gotten progressively worse. And I've been here where I've seen a game called off because of fog. You certainly hope on an opening night with all these fans, a fantastic crowd in attendance, no doubt, tonight here at Cardines Field, that wouldn't be the case. But even if it isn't, it's going to take a while to try to get things back to where it's safe and where it's playable.
From my eyes right now behind home plate, I can see the two teams' pitchers warming up out in left field, trying to stay warm. Here, these temperatures drop, and you can see visibly the fog is heavily rolling in from right field. You can see it in the floodlights. It's quite odd to see because I've never really been used to this, but the fog really crowding now in right center and left center. So we will take a break. We hope that you'll stick with us here on the NECBL Broadcast Network. For now, we're in delay, and Newport currently lead at 8-4 midway through the bottom of the sixth. We'll be right back.
Official on-field cap of the NECBL, also known as the Z-Hats. Zephyr is the authentic college hat with a loyal following of those who only wear the Z. Zephyr makes hats for over 800 colleges and channels that same energy and creativity into building custom hats of all types for pro sports teams, clothing brands, and companies everywhere. Make sure you pick up your Newport Gulls official on-field cap today. You, our loyal fans, will be selecting 2 players to this year's All-Star Game. Beginning on Monday, July 12th, fans will be able to vote for the final All-Star for each of the North and South Division teams. The player from each division with the most votes will be named to the NECBL All-Star Team and suit up with the rest of the All-Stars on Sunday, July 18th in Newport. Fan voting will take place online at vote21.necbl.com beginning on Monday, July 12th.
Newport Gulls Baseball, the NECBL Broadcast Network. Be sure to check out the Gulls online at newportgulls.com. That's newportgulls.com. You're watching and listening to Newport Gulls Baseball on your flagship home for the Gulls all season long, the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Zephyr is the official on-field cap of the NECBL, also known as the Z-Hats. Zephyr is the authentic college hat with a loyal following of those who only wear the Z. Zephyr makes hats for over 800 colleges and channels that same energy and creativity into building custom hats of all types for pro sports teams, clothing brands, and companies everywhere. Make sure you pick up your Newport Gulls official on-field cap today. Franklin Sports is proud to be the official batting glove of the New England League. This summer, the NECBL and its 14 organizations join over 200 major leaguers by wearing custom Franklin batting gloves as members of the Franklin family. To design your own custom pair of batting gloves, visit franklinsports.com and join the fam.
Be sure to check out the Gulls online at newportgulls.com. That's newportgulls.com.
You, our loyal fans, will be selecting 2 players to this year's All-Star Game. Beginning on Monday, July 12th, fans will be able to vote for the final All-Star for each of the North and South Division teams.
Need your Gulls fix? Check out Newport Gulls.
Welcome back here to Newport. We're still in a fog delay. It's currently 8-4 in favor of Newport. What happened last? CJ Botario smoked an RBI single into left center field. Neither of the 3 Blue Sox that converged on it could see it, and all 3 umpires called time. Right now, we're seeing right out in front of us, we're seeing Kevin Winsrow talk it over with the umpire crew tonight alongside Valley Blue Sox debut manager Hez Randolph. We're still waiting for a conversation on whether this game can be continued. Cal Friedman joined alongside Zach Letson. Thank you so much for joining us on this Monday night. And before we get back to the action, let's look around the rest of the action. Let's send it to Newport field reporter Ryan Medeiros. What's going on around the rest of the league?
Well, guys, we got some fascinating games going on in the rest of the league here. I'm looking at this North Shore Navigators game. They're beating the Vermont Mountaineers 4-1. A decent start from Navigators starting pitcher Austin Amaral. 4 innings, 1 run. That was an unearned run that Amaral gave up in that game. And look at the Ocean State Waves. They are absolutely blowing out the Bristol Blues 9-0. The haughty run total the Gulls put up has been topped by the Waves just across the bridge here. And we see Waves starting pitcher Blaine Dayton, 4 innings pitched, 0 runs, 1 hit, and 6 strikeouts. Fantastic start from Dayton. And you look at the Waves slugger, Travis Honeyman, 4 for 4, 4 RBIs in that game. Fantastic game by Honeyman.
Wow, very impressive considering so many guys have struggled to get RBIs this season. Right now, coming into tonight, the league leader in this league for RBIs was 5. 5 guys are tied for that. 2 guys from Upper Valley, 2 guys from the Valley Blue Sox, Calvin McCall and Brian Hart. Hart got his RBI total up to 6 tonight. For now, we're still waiting on this fog delay, some more clearance. So we'll look around the standings here in the NECBL. The North Shore Navigators, as you mentioned, up at the moment, enjoying their first season back. They are 1-0-1. They tied with the North Adams Steelcats after going to 11 innings. Neither could bring home a runner, so it ended there. Currently, the North being run by the Upper Valley Nighthawks. They are 3-0 this season. They're trailed by North Shore, who are followed up by Keene, who had a RBI walk-off the other night in their home opener against the Sanford Mainers. Keene 2-1 on the year. Winnipesaukee follow them at 2-2. Vermont at 1-1. North Adams behind them at 0-2-1. And Sanford, the only team in the NECBL to play a game and not win a game in the North Division. They are 0-3. Look around the South Division here between these two teams. It looks like we're going to see a decision pretty soon here behind home plate as Head Randolph talking over one of the Newport assistant coaches. If this game does get postponed, it will be the second game this season for Newport that gets delayed. Just the first for Valleys. They've been able to play through their first 4 with relatively no problems.
Yeah.
Just some overcast weather on opening night, but overall, the Blue Sox been fortunate to be able to get through their first 4 fine.
Yeah, Colin, and you start looking ahead to potentially where this game could get finished. The Blue Sox do come to Cardines Field later in this month, 2 different times in a week's time on the 21st and the 23rd. And you imagine maybe a little bit of a doubleheader action to try to make this up because, boy, has this fog really taken over the field.
Not the outcome we would have hoped for, but the Newport players are now converging behind home plate, and it looks like this game might not be finished here tonight. Running you through the rest of the South Division, Newport 1-0, Valley right behind them at 3-1. Mystic, the only other team in the NECBL South with a winning record. They're 2-1. Danbury 1-2 after back-to-back losses to the Blue Sox. Bristol are at 1-2. Martha's Vineyard still yet to play a game at 0-0. And Ocean State 0-2. As you can see visibly, some players coming out to the mound. And this game is over. This game officially will be postponed here in the bottom of the 6th. Newport were leading 8-4, but this game will have to be made up at a later date.
Yeah, it's unfortunate on opening night. So much excitement at the ballpark. A phenomenal crowd here at Cardines Field for the first ball game in over 670 days at this ballpark for the Gulls. But we'll have to wait a little while longer. The Gulls are back on Wednesday against Keene here at Cardines Field. Hopefully, we're able to get 9 in that.
Well, maybe you could have opening day 3.0 there. You've missed the first game due to rain. Now you've missed this one due to fog. My condolences to you. For the Blue Sox, they will be in action this Thursday, June 10th, away in Bristol. They face the Bristol Blues for the first time in the NECBL. The Blues in their first season of NECBL play, and the Blue Sox, as mentioned, first time there in the South. Their schedule will follow up with their 4th home game of the season this coming Friday, June 11th, against the Martha's Vineyard Sharks. I'm going to a short break and come right back to wrap up on the action one final time, as Newport and Valley won't get to see this game finished.
21 New England League All-Star Game will be hosted by the Newport Gulls at historic Cardines Field on Sunday, July 18th. Join the NECBL's best as they take to the diamond in front of scouts from every MLB organization at Cardines Field in Newport, Rhode Island. Visit asg21.necbl.com for more information. You, our loyal fans, will be selecting 2 players to this year's All-Star Game. Beginning on Monday, July 12th, fans will be able to vote for the final All-Star for each of the North and South Division teams. The player from each division with the most votes will be named to the NECBL All-Star Team and suit up with the rest of the All-Stars on Sunday, July 18th in Newport. Fan voting will take place online at vote21.necbl.com. necbl.com beginning on Monday, July 12th.
Need your Gulls fix? Check out NewportGulls.com. That's NewportGulls.com. NCTV 18 Newport County, the World Wide Web, and on DVD. This is Newport Gulls Baseball on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
A reminder that this copyrighted telecast is the exclusive property of the Newport Gulls Baseball Club and the New England Collegiate Baseball League, presented by the authority of the NECBL Broadcast Network for the entertainment of our listening and viewing audience. It may not be reproduced, re-recorded, or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game cannot be disseminated without the express written consent of the Newport Gulls and the Commissioner's Office of the New England Collegiate Baseball League.
Be sure to check out the Gulls online at NewportGulls.com. That's NewportGulls.com. Stay tuned for the Newport Gulls postgame report, next on the NECBL Broadcast Network.
Well, it's a final here at Cardines Field on opening night at home for the Newport Gulls. Newport are winners, 8-4 in 6 innings against the Valley Blue Sox on opening night. We welcome you in to the booth. Zach Letson alongside Cal Freeman and Ryan Medeiros here to kind of wrap this one up, break it all down for you. What a wild night. What a way to start home play for the Gulls in 2021. In a game where we saw fog come in at the beginning. I don't think anybody could have predicted that it was going to be this bad.
We didn't. And I said this was the first time that I was getting a fog delay, so I didn't know that it was going to get finalized. But importantly for the Gulls, they came out tonight. They really did a good job to respond after getting up 3 runs across those first 2 innings. And albeit it only comes 6, they do get those 8 runs across and a much-deserved second win of the season for Newport here in their home opener.
Well, Newport, it wasn't easy for the Gulls. They fell behind early in this game, 3-0. Valley went up on the Gulls in those first 2 innings, and it was John McCauley who really had settled in, Cal, for the Blue Sox before he wasn't able to locate the zone, and Newport really made him pay in those later innings, and they really jumped on him.
Yeah, very good job from the Newport Gulls to adjust. Full credit to Kevin Winterode to be able to turn around after those first 3 innings. They only had 1 hit, a couple walks. They couldn't get much going. But overall, McCauley, 4 innings pitched, gives up 6 runs, all of which are earned on 6 hits, 4 walks, and 3 strikeouts. Another night where the Blue Sox just haven't quite had the starting pitching throughout this season. That's something that they will need to adjust before they head to Bristol on Thursday night.
Well, a bizarre night here at Cardines Field. 3 runs from Valley to open up this game. Then the Gulls had an answer, and what an answer it was. 2 runs in the 4th inning, 5 runs in the 5th inning for the Gulls. They batted around and sent 11 different hitters to the plate, and that's really where the difference in this game was made. Walks galore for the Gulls, able to draw 4 walks and just timely hitting. Really, we didn't know it at the time, but it put this game to bed.
Yeah, the Gulls tonight, multiple extra base hits on just 8 hits tonight. The Blue Sox were able to get 7 hits, all of which were singles, though. So they didn't quite have that oomph factor that they'd had in these last couple games when they put 12 up on Danbury, when they put up 8 up last night. They didn't quite have that big explosive offense tonight, though they did get 4 through 6 innings. They got 1 home on a wild pitch, a couple RBI singles in between that, and an RBI ground out that got those 4 runs. But overall, the Gulls did a very good job tonight. Really good job with plate discipline. Did a very good job to take their time, and as I said, deservedly 2-0 this season.
2-0 are the Gulls. They'll stay in first place in the Southern Division. Looking ahead for Newport, they've got Keene coming up in a game that we'll hope with you. We hope that it goes 9 innings. We haven't had a full game here yet at Cardines Field this season. We're 0 for 2. We'll try to make that 1 for 3 on Wednesday. But Cal, thanks so much for joining us tonight. I know you've got a long car ride back, ride that's going to be met with some fog. That's the ride that we had. But we'll see you around. Going to see you a lot more this season between these 2 teams.
Yeah, 2 more meetings at the end of the month on the 21st and the 23rd, and they'll meet a couple more times in July. And these 2 teams, they've played each other tough both times, albeit the scoreboard doesn't quite show it. 4-run victory tonight, 5-run victory in that first night. But the 2 teams have really played each other tough, and overall, really looking forward to those next 2 meetings.
Well, we'll wrap up. For now, I'll send it over to the Newport Gulls field reporter, Ryan Medeiros, to break down different scores around the NECBL, break down this game, kind of break down what the Gulls are looking at here coming up throughout these next few days. Right?
Yeah, thanks so much, Zach. Sending it all the way over here to me, about a foot away from you. But let's talk about this game. How exciting was this game? So much action here on the field. Now, there's been this narrative in Major League Baseball, taken on the large scale here, where there isn't a whole lot of action on the field anymore. We see a lot of strikeouts, we see a lot of home runs, and we see a lot of walks. It's the Dave Kingman-esque hitter overall in the league nowadays, and I think that's something really interesting that we saw the opposite of today on the field. We saw a lot of balls in play. There was a lot of miscues, a few errors on balls hit up in the air. We saw a lot of really good base hits. Obviously, Cerruto and Matt Wood had a couple RBI doubles, ringing RBI doubles that drove in a few runs today. But how about the action on the field? It's really great to see in today's age, especially since we don't get a lot of that in the big leagues. I know a lot of you guys are tuning over to the Red Sox and watching that game and seeing that game against Miami today. And there's a lot going on around Major League Baseball, and we just don't see that level of action on the field. And that's something we saw today. It's great to see these college guys come out, putting the ball in play and showing that good results can happen. 8-4 the final through just under 6 innings. Obviously got called in the bottom of the 6th here for the Gulls while they were up in that game. But we saw the last hit, blooper RBI single into left field. It just shows what that can happen when the ball is put in play. Obviously, fog played a large factor in some of these balls hit straight up in this game. But I'd be interested to see who Zach's going to be talking to below down on the field level today to hear about what they thought about the weather conditions and how much that impacted this game, because it certainly played a massive factor. Obviously, the game being delayed due to fog is something that we just don't see nowadays. Obviously, in Newport, it's an occasional occurrence with the fog coming in, but the fog is just relentless when it comes in. Obviously, I know you guys, big Gulls fans out there, if you're still tuning in and watching, are hoping the game's going to continue, but it's just not the case. You'll hear those foghorns blaring all night throughout down here in Rhode Island on the coast. The fog just, once it rolls in, it doesn't come out until morning. It stays cool all night, and that fog just hangs low at that sea level here. But a great game, a lot of action. We saw, it was a really entertaining game out here. We saw, 8 runs came across for the Gulls, 4 came across for the Blue Sox. Lots of balls in play, some flashy plays, made it shortstop, made it second base. The infielders, a couple really close plays at first base, a couple maybe controversial calls at second base. Cerruto made a couple fine throws. That's been a category, actually, I want to speak about. Peter Cerruto struggled a little bit at Rutgers this year in throwing out runners. He only threw out 3 runners in 20 attempts. But today he actually made a couple contested throws. A couple of them might have been, kind of a swing play there at second base. But I think it's something that he's shown, and he's come out of the gate firing early this season, making a couple contested throws. He did throw out 1 runner. A couple runners did steal, but I think if you're just looking at the box score, it doesn't quite tell the whole tale here in Newport. Cerruto made a really, really good throw a couple times late in the later innings. Obviously, later you take with a grain of salt in this ball game because it went less than 6, as I mentioned. But he made some contested throws. I think he showed a really strong arm behind the plate. Obviously, one of his closest throws was that bouncer to second base. If he makes a better throw there, he maybe has that runner in that game. So I think that's really interesting, something to keep an eye out for with Cerruto. Even he struggled at the plate a little bit at Rutgers this year, so it was really nice to see him come out and hit, drive in 3 runs in this ball game, including that ringing RBI double to left center field for Cerruto. So that's really refreshing to see. I'm looking down there at the field level. Maybe Zach's going to be talking with Cerruto after the game. I'm not getting a look at him right now, but you want to stay around for this one because it'll be really interesting to get a player's perspective here on this fog delay. It's just not something you see a whole lot in any sort of league. I haven't seen it in the major leagues, maybe once or twice at Wrigley Field with the fog coming off the lake. It's not something you get at Fenway Park. The park's a little bit too far in there. But Cardines Field, if you guys don't know, is right on the water here. You can probably walk about 100 yards right to behind me, and you're right there in the harbor. So the fog really plays a big factor here at Cardines Field, and something that hopefully won't impact too many games throughout the season, because it's really disappointing when you have a big crowd like we had today and that gets impacted by the fog. So keep an eye out for Zach here. He's going to be giving you guys a post-game interview with the player of the game. We'll see if it's Peter Cerruto. We'll see if it's Matt Wood, a couple guys who had great games today. The starting pitcher, don't sleep on Kingsbury. He had a pretty solid performance. I think the box score doesn't quite tell the whole tale with him. A lot of sloppy plays in the first inning that kind of led to a few of the runs being charged against him. But let's keep an eye out and see who Zach's going to come up with here for the post-game interview. Looks like he's taking a look down there, and I can't quite see. We got the column in my way right here, so I can't quite see who's got the post-game interview for Zach, but we'll be tossing over to him in just a few moments, and you guys want to stay tuned for this one. This will be a good post-game interview to hear what Zach has to ask this guy about we'll see who he's interviewing yet, but it'll be interesting to see what they have to say about the fog and the field conditions, because I'm sure the Gulls players, even though they were up and they ultimately win this ball game, I'm sure they would be interested and excited to keep playing this game, and some guys coming out of the bullpen would have had some good opportunities here. You never want a game to be cut short, so we'll see. We got Zach down on the field now, and we'll turn it over to him. It looks like he's ready to go.
Here on the Gulls postgame show with Gulls catcher Peter Ceruto after Newport comes on top in 6 innings, by a score of 8-4. Peter, had a strong first night back out there. See, some of the teammates got the hats and the gloves. Strong first night out there with a double and a single. What was working for you out there tonight?
Well, I mean, just talking to Coach Riggs before the game, I think we had a good plan of attacking fastballs, and I think that's what we did. Stayed locked into my approach and just try not to do too much, and I had some success early.
How does it feel to be back, man? This is your second season with the Gulls after a season in 2019. What made you want to come back, and has it felt to be back so far?
Well, it's definitely been a weird year, as we all know, and as soon as I got the phone call from Chuck saying I can come back to Newport, it was an immediate yes, and it's really the best place in the world to play summer baseball, and I'm just happy fans were able to come out here because Cardines is awesome, especially with these fans, having our back behind us. And it showed today. It was awesome.
Well, the Gulls are 0-2 in terms of trying to get a full 9-inning game here at Cardines Field. What do you think? You think we can go 1-for-3 on Wednesday against Keene?
Hey, I hope so. I mean, we just gotta get rid of this fog here. Hopefully it clears up, and I think we're gonna be ready for a full 9 and a fun atmosphere here in Cardines.
That's Gulls catcher Peter Ceruto. Peter, thanks so much for the time. Gulls finish on top in night number 1 in 6 innings over the Valley Blue Sox by a score of 8-4. We'd like to thank our producer Tom Lima, as well as my broadcast partner Ryan Medeiros and Cal Freeman, and our whole production crew here with the Newport Gulls. I'm signing off, Zach Letson from the City by the Sea.
Thank you.